This episode of Off My Shelf contains coarse language and adult conversation. Listener discretion is advised. Just another quick disclaimer. Due to the amount of people and the fact that we may have been drinking a little bit, parts of this episode get a little loud. Just thought I should let you know.
I think the Jello Shots did the trick.
Maybe cider.
Showed up.
Yeah, she was already
Dude,
wired
there
for
was a
sound.
little blonde chihuahua
Why did you take this?
in a red cable sweater
Oh,
in
God.
the elevator. This dog was meant
Son
to
of a-
die. Was it? I'm sorry, I can't. I was still like, I'm in the elevator and the guy with his dog, and I'm like, I look at my sweater and I'm like,
I matched the dog. Am I the dog?
this dog is me. I am the dog. I need this
Why
dog.
is someone
Oh,
cooler?
Tracy, you gotta start.
Hello, my name is Tracy James, and welcome to Off My Shelf, a podcast of movies that are well off my shelf, where we go through my DVDs and talk about the movies in my collection. Usually, because it's the second annual Off My Shelf Christmas Extravaganza!
Yay.
For the holiday season, I have gathered a candy-coated cacophony of comrades to chat
I wanted to take you to come
Who are you
on
calling
back.
cacophonous?
to chat about a couple holiday favorites and to get us in the holly jolly Christmas mood. This year, we're talking about the festive favorites, Gremlins and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. My guests are Alix Cook.
Hello.
Sean Archer.
Hello, I'm gonna do a Jello shot.
Yeah, use your tongue.
Some good Foley work there.
Jamie Cochrane.
Sup?
Mike Suderman.
Hello.
Mike Linnington.
Hi.
And Jessica Lutzer.
Hi.
Welcome!
Yay!
Thanks to Sean, you now know that the alcoholic treat this year was Jello Shots, one in red and one in green.
Delicious.
You know, making reference to Santa and I guess Mrs. Claus and the elves.
What?
Sure.
That is that a thing?
This could be the slime from Christmas Vacation in the sewer.
No, that was brown.
No, it was
No,
green,
it's
remember?
green.
Oh, it's glowing
Oh, it's
green.
glowing.
Yeah, it looked like
green.
a slime from Ghostbusters too.
Or
But why
Gremlin.
can't it just be the green stuff from the Gremlins?
It could be Gremlin.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was darker.
Wait, what's the red? The residue of the cat.
Human blood.
All of the death. Hello.
There was
There's a
lot
lot
of
of
death.
violence and death in these movies.
The first one, yeah, death. The second
Mhm.
one, animal death. I didn't like
Yeah. Nobody cared that the cat died. And I was
I was
like,
horrified.
dude. Come on.
Technically in Gremlins, I think only 2 people died.
You think?
No, because in the second one they mention it. Even the old family who got run over by the tractor, they're in the second one, so they don't actually die.
Oh.
Like the old
But
racist who's talking about the
I
foreign.
thought the whole thing was that they called, because wasn't he at the cops and they called, like,
Yeah,
the
which is-
precinct and they're like, oh
but
my
they're in
god,
the
there was a
sequel.
horrible accident.
The
Yeah.
Wikipedia summary said that many people died.
Oh. But in the second one, I
including the lady that's
yeah,
lost off
she's
the-
one, and then the science teacher, and then I think
Oh yeah.
in the movie they're like, oh, that was it. But I could be wrong. It's been years since
I don't know,
I've seen
she
it.
was horrible. She kind
Oh,
of
he
deserved
could
to
have been
die.
alive. He just got a,
He-
you know,
oh,
a
like
needle
it's-
in the bum. So he
Oh, that's true. It could
Might
have.
be
He could
sleeping.
have been sleeping.
Yeah.
That's true. He might not be dead.
Sure.
I don't think he was
Yeah, but who knows what was in that syringe? Maybe it was sleeping juice.
Maybe
Have we-
nothing?
Sleeping
Big
juice.
juice. That's a thing?
Yeah, I did. I just to verify,
You
just
did,
or
you
to
did.
clarify, I should say.
We just-
Gremlins, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about Gremlins first?
Yes.
So what's up? So is that a kid's movie? I don't understand.
I watched it as a kid.
I saw it
think
as a
it's a
kid.
good
Yeah,
I saw it in
idea.
the theater
It's
with
like
other
a-
kids.
80s kids movie, which is a
I remember watching it as a kid, but I watched it today and I had no recollection of anything other than the ending. The ending I remember.
I didn't even remember the ending when I watched
Really?
it. I haven't seen this movie in so long,
Yeah.
I realized.
Yeah.
And I remember like the part where like Gizmo gets like the water on him, he starts bubbling and stuff. I remember that part.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Oh,
That's
really?
pretty
Yeah.
much all I remembered about the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
It did not seem like a children's movie when I
No.
saw
I
it.
It's an
remember-
80s.
But they talked about
Maybe.
Christmas suicide.
We
You
were
know.
talking
Oh my god, that part was
Some
so
people
dark.
open up gifts. Other people open up their wrists. What the fuck, Gremlins? Jesus.
What, and the part about finding her dad in the chimney and stuff
Oh my
too?
god.
I was like,
That was
that went downhill quickly.
super messed
She
up.
smelled her own dad burning.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
all kinds of horrible.
Ooh.
All kinds of horrible.
But But the movie's awesome, right? The movie's the greatest movie ever.
She wants to get more of her candy cans.
Wrapped candy canes and recording
have
are not an
permission?
ideal combo.
For the viewers, Jamie is sucking on the candy cane and laughing about it.
For all the viewers of the podcast.
Damn
Oh my.
Actually, one thing I didn't realize about this movie was that John Hughes wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what?
Oh.
Didn't he
Didn't
produce
you
the
plan
other one?
that?
And
He produced
he
the
produced
other
the
one
other
as well, yes.
He wrote this one. Oh, he did write this.
Oh.
Yeah.
and it was produced by Spielberg as well.
Yeah.
And Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes.
There was, you could see like there was little Easter eggs of Spielberg stuff all throughout the movie.
Yeah, like the Indiana Jones
Yeah.
poster.
There was an
I saw
ET
that.
in the toy store in the department store.
Mm-hmm.
There was what?
There was an ET. There was a little ET.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you look at some of the movie posters, I think a couple were like Spielberg movies or movies he
Oh.
loves.
Did anybody notice the blatant racism against Asians?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It really started that
Peppered
way.
everywhere throughout.
Yeah.
Like the gong sound.
Dragon breath.
So my
Oh
note,
yeah. It was just Dragon.
my note on that was, is it just me or was there a fixation on Asian mysticism in the 80s?
There was when you went to Chinatown. Not a city. You went to Chinatown.
Well, that's true. But I mean, that happened to a lot of 80s movies, no?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
my
like,
God.
Oh, and Chinatown was rampant with
yeah,
violence.
Karate Kid, there's... Chinatown's a rampant. that's
Golden
true.
Child.
Golden Child, I loved Golden Child.
Big Trouble.
Big
Big Trouble
Trouble.
in China.
Movies still do it though.
Three ninjas.
Wait, no.
They're all
technically a
karate
90s movie?
Maybe you're right.
What is
It's
Three
probably
Ninjas? What's Three
91.
Ninjas?
What?
I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of Three Ninjas?
No, it's not
When did
Chris
it come
Farley.
out?
No,
I
that
don't
is,
know,
that's
90
Black
something.
Oh.
No, yeah,
Like
you
early
should be
90s.
more likely to have heard of it than us.
No, man.
You're killing me here.
No. Three ninjas?
Killing me.
Three kids. They're ninjas.
Oh!
Yes.
It's exactly what it says on the tin.
I think I know
Two
exactly
siblings,
what you're talking
ninjas.
about. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
1992.
Yeah, so close.
I was 10.
Who were the
So
three
91.
ninjas?
I must have
was
seen it.
5.
Was it the Power Ranger guys?
Well,
Or,
apparently
the
the
Turtles?
dude
Saban?
was Victor Wong. Rocky Colton Turn?
No.
Sorry, run that by me one more time.
I think the three kids' names were Rocky, Colt, and Turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was Chad Power, Max Elliott Slade, and Michael Trenor.
No idea.
No
I've
idea.
never heard.
That was all valuable information.
But they made didn't they make 4 of these movies?
Yes, there's a lot.
There's a whole series.
Wait,
There's
so
Three
there's
There's
Three Ninjas 4? That's
Okay.
not a good movie.
There's also Three Ninjas Knuckle Up,
Oh yeah.
Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Now we're to Dragon
There's also
Ball
Surf
territory. What's
Ninjas.
happening?
Oh! I've seen Surf. But wait, I've seen Surf
Did
Ninjas.
we watch Surf Ninjas?
Wait, is there Christmas ninjas?
Surf Ninjas is awesome.
I'm just going more by the IMDb, more
Alright,
like
alright.
this movie. So...
Yeah, Surf Ninjas is a one-off because it's like in a post-apocalyptic California where they're fighting like surfer Nazis.
I love that you know this movie.
Oh, it was a How This Got Made movie.
Of course it was. I kind of want to see it. That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
amazing.
We watch
awesome.
that like right now. Just pause.
Yeah.
Go watch that.
Okay, everybody, we'll be right back.
Not.
Surf Ninjas is amazing.
You don't want to see Surf Nazis?
Oh, no, I do. I
No,
just
I'm
saying
do.
she
I
definitely-
No,
I
it's
mean,
like
I
where-
do want to see
I
what
thought
that
the
looks like.
ninjas were fighting the Nazis. They were
Yeah.
the ones who were surfing?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. It's all surfers fighting each other. So there's the Nazis.
Some
There's,
are
there's the heroes. I think there's mutant surfers too or something.
First, I think we should make our own Surf Nazi movie
Mm-hmm.
and before watching this movie and then see how it compares.
Surf Nazis.
Oh, we'd probably be like really close.
Oh, High Tide Hitler. Awesome.
Where did this podcast go? Where did it go?
This went downhill quickly.
You see what happens?
My God.
You fed us all Jello shots, Tracy. What did you expect? Did you learn nothing from last year's
No.
extravaganza?
No, this is the joy of this.
Whatever you
No
do,
recollection
don't
of
feed
last
us Jello
year's
Shots after
extravaganza.
midnight. Or after 7 p.m.
So when does that work? So like if he feeds them at 6 in the morning, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Do they?
It's not as recent.
I don't understand.
No, but the thing is, my problem is what point in time is it no longer after midnight that you can feed them?
And is it Eastern
Also,
Standard
what about-
Time, Pacific?
daylight
What if you take
savings time.
What if you take Gizmo to Japan? Like what time
No,
zone?
but
is
I
it?
would like. I'm assuming because he's from
Too many
Chinatown.
Yeah, you guys thought about
He's
this
probably Chinese, which means you've got to think 11 or to 13 hours ahead, and then change the clocks
But
and
he's
stuff.
already
Like,
But he lives
He's been
in
North America
Chinatown.
for a while.
yeah,
North America, he has.
but he wasn't born in Chinatown, as far as we can tell. He was brought here.
Oh, his nephew also is a horrible kid.
Who steals?
He didn't want to sell it, didn't want anything to do with it, and then that kid just like,
Well, he did say we really need the money.
I gotta say, the beginning of this movie was so shaky and terrible. Like, it really was. Like, it was so awkward.
You mean the
and,
scene
like,
with the lady who wanted to kill the dog?
yeah.
Well, there was also that. No, but before that, in China.
The whole Chinatown scene, I was like, wow, I don't remember this movie, and this
At
seems
all.
terrible. Slightly offensive, and like...
I actually panned forward in the movie because I was like, is this actually Gremlins or is this like the wrong file? What's happening?
It
And I was
gets
like, oh,
so
good. That's-
later on, but like that.
Yeah, the stuff with the dad's a little
intro was
annoying.
really bad.
Generally,
Dad is the worst.
He was really
he
bad.
just shows up at the end and doesn't. He's like, "What's going on?" And then he doesn't do anything.
I do want some of his inventions if they actually worked, like the egg.
Oh yeah,
the breaker,
the chicken head going down.
the orange juice thing.
I'm sorry, the juicer. There was one orange in there. Come on,
That was a
guys.
lot of juice that came out of that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Highly efficient juicing.
Yeah.
What was the point of any of that?
To make it more efficient.
He's an inventor, so he likes to terrorize his family with stuff.
Don't you hate opening eggs in a bowl and then throwing the shell out?
It's not like none of the movie had anything to do with any of his inventions. He just bought.
No, he has a quirky
No,
dad.
he's an inventor, and
that's
his family is messed up as a result. I
But it's not like.
but also because he's
The mother was fine.
Because
He's not a result of any of his inventions that had anything to do with the movie.
but
at
he
all.
wanted.
It's just like this thing they slipped.
He keeps doing these inventions because he wants to hit it rich, right? And then he figured out he it's like the best new pet in America. So he wanted to exploit the Gremlins. That's what happened.
I guess so. Okay.
We wanted to exploit Gizmo, and then he got Gremlins instead.
They're also
The Mogwai.
a poor family living
The
in an
Mogwai.
incredibly gigantic.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
true.
where
It's true.
both movies really tied together. Wow.
They both live in mansions.
They're both rich poor.
But it's like the guy didn't get his bonus. And he's like, I've got no money. And it's like,
Which made no sense.
Like it's like
You live in this huge house in Chicago.
Oh, I can't have a pool. My life sucks.
$4 million in Toronto today.
At least, yeah.
Oh, actually, I have a theory. So when you're watching it, they show Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and the original invasion was about communism. And then I wonder if the social aspect of it is they're kind of like cocoons and become body like the Gremlins, but maybe it's a social commentary about capitalism and excess and greed, because the Gremlins are just like
Greedy horrible.
They want more.
They're tiny little id monsters.
Yeah.
Huh.
I did love them though.
I definitely did not give it that much thought.
I did not either. No, not at all.
I didn't. It was
But now
just
you
because they
say it,
showed
you
the
really
black and
shouldn't
white
get
stuff.
capitalists right either. So.
But talking about the black and white movies, both movies they watched It's a Wonderful Life in them.
Oh, and the racing one.
Yeah.
Isn't
What was
that a
the racing one? I
requirement
didn't know what that
with
was.
all
What's the
Christmas
racing one?
movies to
Remember
have-
Gizmo's like.
was driving. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't know which one that was.
Yeah, neither. It had Clark Gable in it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know what it is.
I think I wrote down which movies they watched in it.
And does he dress up as Rambo?
That's in the second one.
That's
Oh,
in
the
it.
second one.
The second one is insane.
I don't think I've ever
There's flying
The
gremlins.
first one
There's
is a
no.
bastion of sanity.
The second
Well,
one.
the second one happens during summer, and they're trapped in a building.
They're in a mall.
right?
And the gremlins there's mutant juice, not mutant, there's like toxic waste or something, and they become, there's a spider gremlin, there's a flying gremlin.
Well, there's the electricity gremlin.
Yeah, it's just
And a
moving through the
Vega
wires. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Rambo Gizmo scene's awesome.
Is it?
It's-
It's awesome the
yes,
way you're
yes, it
doing
is.
With lots of like quotation marks around it and
No,
stuff?
no.
It's
Whatever.
Flat out awesome.
Gizmo is the cat's pajamas. Let's not fool ourselves. If he wants to get down with his badass self, then I think we should support it.
Now who's cuter, Baby Yoda or Gizmo?
First of all,
First
of all, we're having a discussion about this. It's not Baby Yoda, okay?
What's it
That's what everyone calls him.
I don't care.
What's
it
it?
is
What
not,
is its species?
Look,
We don't
they
know
haven't
yet.
told us what his species is yet,
I'm
but
calling
it's
it
whatever
Baby Yoda.
species
I'm
Yoda
sure they're
is,
trying
and a
to
baby
come up
version
with
of
a
it.
real good
Baby
idea
Yoda.
right now.
He may be just
I'm waiting
Baby
to
Yoda.
they tell us what the species is, but for now,
Sure.
it's Baby Yoda
Thank
with
you,
his
Jessica.
big soulful eyes.
Yeah.
Have you seen the memes? Every day I look at them and I haven't even seen the show.
I just like the one where he's just like drinking tea, just
Yes.
standing there. He's like, what I look like when I woke up in the morning when
Yes.
Mom was making breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
His or her best life. Is
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. We don't know the sex.
We don't.
Oh, where's he poop though? Is he always just pooping under his robe?
Probably.
Well, maybe he just uses the force to,
the Mandalorian has a poop droid. He
Oh,
just goes around.
J.K.
It's like
Rowling
a,
said?
Yeah.
We don't even know how
It's like one of those vacuum
it
things.
It could,
What
it could
is-
just be evaporating its own poop.
What
What a skill! What a skill if you were just like,
Oh.
What if
it's
he's,
gone.
no, but what if he's like just like a rabbit? It's just like little pellets just hanging out.
Oh, they're probably adorable too.
Oh, maybe they're like wombats
That's
with
why-
poops.
Yeah.
Even his poop is cute. Is that where we are?
It's little green.
I mean, I like a bit of the mystery of Baby Yoda. I mean, Gizmo's also cute.
Yes,
Yeah.
He can.
I forgot how
but
adorable he was.
Gizmo reproduces in a nasty way, so I'm gonna
Not
go Baby Yoda.
voluntarily though. It's not
I
his
know it's
fault.
not, and we don't blame Gizmo.
And he
but
goes through a lot of
also-
pain.
He's super cute, and I don't know. I forgot how much his face moves and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's like how much expression there is.
It was
'cause It's
amazing.
all puppet. Yeah.
The Gremlins
So,
as well. I thought
Yeah,
were
I'm
really
going
well done.
OG. I'm about Gizmo.
No,
Baby
it
Yoda's
still
cute, but
holds up, and that was 80,
3, 4.
Oh, maybe it was 84. Yeah.
84.
84. Yes.
And most of the scenes were like acting based. Like it wasn't. You didn't see a gremlin. You would see them reacting to noises.
Yeah.
And then they'd like pop out of a cupboard, like ah.
No, it really held up. I thought it was really good, except for the beginning. The beginning was
The beginning.
The beginning
the
was
rest
rough.
of it
I
was
mean,
really good.
So the end also kind of was awful. Like
I hated it.
It's a
You
lot.
white men are not ready for
That whole
Bye-bye.
story, that whole chunk of the storyline is pretty iffy.
Get rid
Yeah.
of all the racism. Great movie.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The crazy lady that wants to murder the dog was also
Right? She
What the heck?
concerned me.
Wait,
like,
yeah.
why are you Mr. Burns? Stop.
Okay, I
like,
didn't-
Stop trying to murder.
No, but she didn't even want to make it a coat. She just wanted to torture it horribly.
Yeah, she's a horrible human being.
Yeah,
It
but if
broke
she
her
was-
snowman.
She got.
And then
And then
attacked
she
her.
got what was coming. for
Yes,
her.
she
We
did.
have to have a bad guy in these movies.
You
right?
did.
That was such a weird way to go.
It was a
about
weird
it.
bad guy. The lady who just wanted
Who
to
walks
hurt
into
the
the
dog.
bank in front of half the town and is like, I'd really like to murder your
Oh,
dog
and
slowly.
she pushes
Like,
everyone away too.
Yeah.
What?
And then like the dog goes after her, and then everyone's like consoling her and like, dude, she just threatened to murder this dog. She should be
Yeah.
shunned by the community. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Also,
I
she's
agree.
awful anyway.
Did you hear at the end in the news report? It was like I can't remember her name. It was like blah blah blah. Was married to the stock
she's like a-
embezzler. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. I was like, what? That's not necessary. and they had big pictures of him in her house. Like it was just so. Were there scenes that were
Miss
cut out?
Deagle.
Yeah, Miss Deagle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Oh, and one thing I found out looking at IMDb was that so you know the scene where he's in the bar like drawing and he says thank you, Mr. Jones? That was Chuck Jones.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was
Cool.
actually Chuck Jones. And I was like, that's kind of amazing.
He just happened to be.
Looney Tunes.
He's the Looney Tunes guy.
He did the voices for Bugs and a bunch of others.
No. He
Did
drew
he
them.
drew them?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
You live, you learn.
Oh, it's Mel something.
Yeah, Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's
Sorry,
why I thought
I
that was
excited
a
about
very entertaining
I'm happy for you.
tidbit that I found out. I was like,
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Corey Feldman was in it.
I'd forgotten about that. Credits were rolling. I was like, what?
I just kind of looked up like, oh my god, that's Corey
I
Feldman.
mean, it was the 80s.
Oh,
he just
God.
kind of popped up and shit.
Judge Reinhold was in it, and
Judge
then he
Reinhold.
disappeared. I didn't understand that.
Well, he worked at the bank and
Yeah,
then
he
he
was
go back
like-
to the bank.
No, no. You see him. You see him one more time when that woman with the 2 kids is arguing with the bank manager about
Yeah, they're
$40 or
because
something.
they're at the bank.
Yeah, and then you never see him again.
Well,
'Cause he's at the bank.
$40 was a big deal.
But
Are you trying to make the point you don't know why they cast him and underused him?
Well, no, but he was wasn't he big at that time?
No, I think that was very at the beginning of his
bank
career.
scenes.
What happened to the bank manager, guys?
What about our mutual fund?
Did the Gremlins crash the economy or not?
Yeah, well, what if they done the property value?
I think he was famous at it because he did Fast Times.
Yeah, this
But
is
Fast Times was
she was
after
famous
this,
too.
wasn't
Phoebe
it?
Cates, whatever her name
or
was.
at the same time, I think.
Yeah, that's around.
It's around the same time, right?
She was
She's the
Billy's
girl.
love interest. I can't remember. her name.
girlfriend.
The one who his father died in the chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fast Times was 82.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Horrible story.
I just assumed it was odd.
Scenes, I guess.
Yeah. They're like, you're not big enough yet, man.
Oh, yeah, and then he just disappeared. He did the Beverly Hills Cops movies, and I don't know what else he did.
They were great. What are you
Oh,
doing?
agreed.
But then he
Wait, what else did he do?
I hope,
He did a bunch
I hope
of
he's in the
stuff.
Netflix remake.
There's that remake.
Yeah,
They're
they're
doing a
doing
remake of everything these days.
Sorry, it's not a remake. It's gonna be Beverly Hills Cops 4 or 5, whatever
No,
they're at.
original.
Just
content.
another one?
Yeah, but it's with Eddie Murphy. Come on, I like. They're all good movies.
I mean,
It worked for Bruce Willis.
He did Dolomite. That's pretty great.
Dolomite's
Also,
so
Eddie
good.
Murphy-
I'm
Murphy
not
have, like, a
saying
million
Eddie
children.
Murphy's
Yeah, he's
a
got
bad
bills to
actor or
pay.
comedian. I'm saying, why are they still making more
Beverly
Beverly
Hills
Hills Cop
yeah.
movies?
That good.
Well,
The
my
first
question. I'm like,
one was
just
so good.
oh, I'm not denying that.
I like the
I feel
3.
like-
There's it's in an amusement park. That one's good
Yeah,
too.
that one was good too.
I feel like this might be
I
interesting
love
because there's
those.
been
I
a
do
big
too.
gap, so at least it's like picking back up with established characters. It's not just like Too Fastest, Most Furious, Stir 8.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
In
Nine.
space.
I think there's 9 of them.
I think it's probably more than that. I don't know. I stopped paying attention.
And there's a
Before
few
I
weird
started,
ones
but-
in the middle, like the drifting.
Me, Mike, and
So
Tracy
good.
saw Hobbs and Shaw in theaters. That was
Yeah, that was
great.
great.
Right.
What a stupid movie, but I didn't
That
care.
was great.
Right.
I mean,
But
it's,
anyway,
it's just a rock.
Well, then Jason Statham. And
Yeah. I like Jason Statham.
Yeah.
They just make dick jokes
The whole time.
The whole time about how
That's
small
great.
each other's dicks are.
It's awesome.
I mean,
I mean, is that what dudes do?
I've heard worse premises, frankly.
That is true.
I think that movie knew what it was doing and it did it.
And it did
Yeah.
well. That's the thing. Until
Exactly.
you got to the end and you're just like, what is
No.
happening?
That was
Wait.
great.
No spoilers,
it was
please.
great.
It was
Oh, it's in the
horrible.
trailer.
Oh, that's bad. You're not
Where they
supposed to
end
put
up.
the ending in the trailer.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Well,
You
anyway.
cannot tell us. I will see it one day. Just
Yes.
like I've not seen all the Fast and Furious.
I've never seen any of them, which is
Really?
weird because I like terrible movies
I've
with
seen the
good-looking
first
people
two.
where things
Yeah,
go
but the
fast.
first 2 or 3.
No, the problem is those movies. There's a certain level that all of us hit where we're like, I can't. It's just not
When
enough.
they got to Tokyo
And Fast and
Drift.
Furious
I haven't
is
hit that level yet.
What is wrong with you?
No, because the first
Yeah.
3 or 4 are pretty serious,
But
and
when
then,
did
and
the one
then
girl go away and then she lost her memory and she came back?
yeah, that's 4 or 5.
Vin
I
Diesel's love interest. What happened? You didn't die in the explosion?
what's her name?
I think I've watched 2
So
of
it's
them.
a soap opera with cars and
It is.
dudes?
And jacked people.
But like
Okay.
by 4 or 5, they become
Yeah,
heist
it
and
might
spy
be
movies.
really
Like
good.
they just go off
I
the
think
rails, like
it's
cars
so
coming
hard.
out of planes with parachutes, and
These
This
cars,
all sounds
that's when I
very
started liking
relevant
it.
to my interest.
they can't. It's not real. Like they can't do this stuff. But we're all here for it.
yeah, the first movie they're stealing DVDs. That's what the big score is.
DVDs?
Yeah.
Well, back in
Yeah.
those days, man, DVDs were $40 a dollar.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's money.
It makes some bad playing off that.
Used to break into cars to steal.
People used to collect that shit, and then
That's
they
how
realized years
expensive they
later.
were.
Do
Do you know what podcast you're on right now?
You know, Tracy.
Do you think they ever boosted a
Yeah.
copy of Gremlins?
They probably got a warehouse full of them. They're like, yes, this is gonna make us
But
so
you
much
made
money.
something of your DVDs.
I did. I'm trying at least.
I don't know where mine are.
Mine are in my closet.
I got rid of mine.
Yeah.
I'm sure my parents did something with them. I don't know.
Part 2 of Tracy's podcast will be my DVD.
Yes.
Should I just gift you mine?
Oh, I'm already gonna.
No.
When we get near F, I'm giving her Fury Road. It's happening.
Maybe we should do one with your
It's just so
favorite
us will just be yelling at each other the whole time.
Well, Mike's gonna be on that one too.
Each of us.
Yeah.
Each of us brings our.
Everybody bring their favorite DVD that they actually still
Yeah.
own.
Okay.
We can do all 4 Mad Max movies.
I can
Yeah.
do that.
Yes.
Are you on H?
I would watch that. What?
That was C.
I'm wearing C right
So
now.
you mean by the time we get to H, we'll be at Halloween for Hocus Pocus?
Oh yeah, I'm doing that one.
I love that movie.
I know it's for that.
And you can edit this part out.
No,
Yeah, I love
Hocus
that
Pocus is
movie.
better, and they're doing a
Love
second
it.
one, and they're
Yes.
all on board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, we should all be
Love
I
Best
the
Man
trailer.
Lutzer.
I own that movie. I love that.
We should all what?
be dressed
Both
up as
their
Hocus
voices.
Pocus.
Oh, Hocus Pocus is by far the best. Not nostalgia. I don't know.
So good. So
I
good.
don't know. Like Death Becomes Her.
That's a
Oh,
good one.
That's
too.
pretty good.
I'm gonna pretend I know what that is.
It's Bette Midler.
So good.
Girl, pull it together. How have you never seen that movie?
Sean, what's your
Death
favorite
Becomes
DVD?
Her.
Gremlins.
Shut up, a whole
no.
Yeah.
I can see right through
My
you.
Band of Brothers collection.
No.
You should educate this.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
Jess needs to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next Halloween, it's done.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think you can get
Sean,
it.
I watched
There you go.
Band of Brothers with a friend who used to be a high school, like a historian and a high school teacher, and then he would pause it every 5 seconds.
This is wrong. This is wrong.
Yeah, no, he would like, oh, this is what happened, and he like give the timeline.
Yeah.
And at first it was kind of cool, and then like about 30 minutes in, we're just like,
It ruins all the
stop.
Just like cut it
That
out.
Band of Brothers,
In
man,
high
messed
school.
me up. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I can't do horror movies.
It's amazing, but by the time
I
you
would
get
gladly
to the
host a
end,
marathon.
Yeah?
I'd be into that.
At least you'll have to be on vacation or something.
Christmas.
I don't think I can. That'll depress me.
I gotta work from home a few days, but I'll just bring my computer.
Can we do something
I need
fun?
vacation days for that.
Can we do a fun one?
Band of
Band of
Brothers?
Brothers is not fun.
Fine, we'll do the
Sorry.
Pacific.
What?
That's the other
That's the
HBO World War
HBO.
II.
That's also
No,
depressing.
that one's way more depressing. There's more war crimes and stuff in it.
It's very upsetting.
It's very brutal.
Yes.
Alright.
You see Rami Malek digging a teeth out of a Japanese soldier. It's brutal. Like it's like whoa.
How did we get here?
Sorry.
I don't
Merry Christmas.
So anyway,
But yeah, Sean, we should connect.
Speaking of atrocities,
yes.
Gremlins is full of them.
Yeah. Also, we were talking about the father earlier, and he went to a convention, and for some reason at that convention they had the time machine, the robot from Lost in Space,
yeah.
and the Doctor Who bike thingy.
Oh.
What convention was that?
I didn't catch the Doctor Who bike thing.
Yeah, he was going in the background. Because I thought it was supposed to be an inventors convention, but I'm like, these are obvious things.
Yeah, they're all pop culture.
Culture references.
Oh, I want to figure out what that comic they were looking at, because they brought it up like 3 times.
Which comic?
It was like a 3D one, but I bet it was like a real thing.
Oh yeah.
Because
I thought I heard him say
drawing
Road
a
Warrior. Like I kept seeing the Road Warrior poster beside the TV, and I could have sworn when he was talking about the comics, he said Mad Max or Road. I could be wrong,
I don't know. I didn't pick up on that.
but because around this time the movie would have been out at it's like 79 or 80, I think 81.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they had comics for it.
Oh, I have no
Because
idea.
it's not a kid's movie.
Well, because they were talking about comics, and I assumed it was whatever he was writing is what they kept referring to.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really pay that much attention to it.
No, but they had the 3D glasses. You're right. That they were looking at something, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny the kid cared more about the comic than Gizmo.
Yeah.
He's like, been there. Hey, no. I looked at it for 2 minutes. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was also disturbed how the kid didn't care at all that they hurt Gizmo. Like he's in pain.
Yeah.
And he's crying.
He was
but they
screaming.
were just like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, they didn't pay any attention to it at all. And I was
Yeah,
like,
and he went back to his comics too. And I was
This
just
is
like, whoa.
weird.
Deserved better.
They did. They really did.
Yeah, they should not be looking after Gizmo.
Well, because the white people weren't
They
ready
weren't
for
ready.
this.
Yes.
No, they didn't understand the severity
Yeah.
of what was going on.
Responsibility.
Exactly.
You don't
Yeah.
understand.
The old Asian stereotype was right.
But there's 3 simple rules that they couldn't follow in a day.
Water's kind of
Yeah.
hard though.
That was an accident.
Rice is also really good.
How many days was it? 2 days?
It was like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
The whole
Not
movie
not
took
enough
place.
days.
Yeah, day 2 was, was
Yeah,
the Gremlins.
So white people.
Yeah.
I just.
Oh, it's 11:30. Let's give them food. What if they left some food and didn't eat it all, and then
That's
ate it
what I'm
half an
saying.
hour
The
later?
clock was wrong.
No, I know, but it was he's stupid.
They ate it.
Or they ate the cord. Was that what it was?
Yeah, yeah.
That's on them.
Yeah. Yeah, the cords.
The fool.
No,
Wait,
he-
if
And
they
also
didn't
there
eat
was
the cord.
Giant, like,
Why
thing
did they
of
just eat the
chicken.
cord after midnight?
I would be so happy I open up my fridge and there's just a pile of fried chicken. You know how amazing that would be?
Never happened.
Where does KFC come from?
Such an
Maybe
expensive
it's
thing to
one of the dad's
Yeah.
inventions. It just makes piles of fried chicken. That would sell like hotcakes. That's all I'm saying. Or it would sell like fried chicken. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hot chicken joke in there somewhere, but
Somewhere. I don't know what it is right
I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yes. But also the mother killed the gremlins in like the most horrible way.
She
Oh,
was
she
a
was like,
badass.
Her kitchen appliance has got a real workout.
Yeah.
She didn't even know what the noise was.
Yeah, she's like, yeah. And then like turned on like the mixer without even like the gremlin looking at her or
Or
anything
anything.
in any
Yeah,
way. It just
yeah.
made a noise and she's like,
Snatch,
Jack
fully snatch
T.
the second one, and the third one put in the microwave pop.
Right? Oh, the microwave one. That's just mean.
It might have been one of those killer squirrels from Christmas Vacation.
There's a surprising number of parallels between these histories in a way that makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, which is surprising because we didn't really choose them because of their parallels. We're just like, meh, these sound good.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
This was PG-13.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even PG.
Both were.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, I just want to make a comment. This is knowledge I had myself. But when the guy was like messing with the TV and he's like, we should have gotten a Zenith, I was like, haha. He had a remote. And I was like, oh, the reason why they should have a Zenith is because Zenith came out with the first remote control. It was called Zenith Space Command.
Oh.
Knowledge.
I don't fucking know.
We've entirely lost it, Jessica.
It's when the racist neighbor was like, you know, because they're watching a foreign TV and that's why it's broken.
No, it was because the Gremlins on the roof and they were going
Oh yeah, but he thought it was because it was a Japanese piece of crap kind of thing.
Yes, well, because anything
More
foreign has
racism.
Gremlins in it. No, but I think it was more xenophobic than just.
Yeah, well, he lost his job because you know that was a time when a lot of manufacturing was shipping to Asia.
Well, so
Sure.
so
He was a
or
hot
Mexico.
mess on a variety of
Is
fronts,
this
though.
what you're
Yes,
But I love that actor.
Popular brand that was actually like, you know, it was like the BlackBerry of TVs, you know, back in the day. They came out with innovations and all this kind of stuff, and they were ahead of the curve. The company's called Zenith. They came out with the first remote control for television and stuff. Exactly. But then as technology progressed, they didn't progress, and then, you know, things like Sony and Panasonic and stuff went out instead of them.
That's why I've never heard of them.
There you go.
Yeah, we had a Zenith.
I used to own a Zenith.
Yep.
Or my dad did. Whatever. It wasn't me. It was in our home.
So you had the fancy TV before everybody.
Well, no, technically at the time it wasn't a fancy TV. It was a cheap ass TV. That's what it was. I mean, at the time I didn't know exactly what piece of history we had. And then now it's gone.
That history?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, without Zenith, we probably wouldn't have remote controls. Or, well, we might, but, you know, in some
I think
sort
we
of
would have
different-
gotten there.
At some point.
Laziness would have triumphed.
My
eventually.
phone is now my remote control.
My phone is my computer, and it is in my pocket.
Mhm.
We would have got there.
Oh, the bar scene.
The best
That
part of
went
the
on
movie.
way too long.
No,
Yeah, and she was pouring.
it could have been a movie of its own.
Why are these kids working in a bar? I didn't
No,
understand that.
they
part
aren't
either.
kids. Like, so she has to be at least 21.
She looks like she's
So,
like 15.
It's weird. They're very young adults, but they kind of act like kids. Like, it's
Yeah,
weird.
they're like high school students.
But they're not, are they?
I don't
No,
think
they're
No, they're definitely
I
not.
think they're like college age.
He works full time in the bank.
Yeah, they gotta be over. She has to be 21 to serve at a bar.
He
So
looks
So young to me.
16, but he has a job that is like
Some
22.
states,
Yeah,
18.
and most of
Yeah.
his money
Really?
goes to the
Isn't
family
it?
and stuff. Because
I
the
don't
dad
I don't
doesn't
know.
His
make
dad's
money.
maybe
a
you're right,
deadbeat
21.
who
That's
terrorizes
right.
him and his mom.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad is.
It's really a very sad situation when you
Yeah,
think
so
about
she
it.
has
It's
to
horrible.
be
Well, she's-
21 at least to work in the bar.
she is working there to help out the owner, so she doesn't have to pay somebody.
Yeah, so
she's not even being
work-
paid.
She's volunteering.
Maybe she's getting
really.
tips,
Wait,
but-
do these kids not have to pay rent?
Well, I
Well, no,
guess-
she lived at home with her mom.
No,
but
that's the thing.
why?
That the town is so like economically depressed. Nobody has work. Like,
Yeah.
that's why the bank scenes are so.
It's probably set in Ohio
weird
or
and
something.
terrible.
That's my guess.
What has Ohio done to you?
No, because the manufacturing or the GM moving stuff to Mexico or
Okie dokie.
For sure.
I thought way too much into
Michigan.
it.
Michigan.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
able to do
We
that.
definitely need more bank scenes.
Thank you, Mike. That was a big hole.
No, they do not. You would know if they were from Michigan.
So yeah, they're young adults.
But are the Gremlins all male?
Well,
think
there was
they're-
one that had lipstick.
That's
and
why I was gonna
wig
ask.
on,
I don't
but-
think they're gendered.
They might be pretty progressive because they were pretty cool with the one Gremlin dressing up.
Yeah, but yeah,
Ladies' clothing.
I'm agreeing with Jess on this one. I don't think they're really gendered.
Well, that was the only
because
one. Okay.
It's just throw water on them and there's more.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think they're like lady or.
Mhm.
But yeah, that bar scene was absolutely amazing.
No, it went on way too
No, it
long.
didn't.
It was very.
I wanted to see more of what was going on.
Because I said that one, why is she pouring
The shot-
drinks? Why are we still looking at this? We get it.
Sean Gunn
They're
is
doing
just
different
bank
stuff.
and bar. Very little gremlin involved.
Yeah.
No, bars is all Gremlins and Phoebe Coates. But like they're playing poker.
Yeah.
And he just shoots the guy for shoots the Gremlin for no reason.
Yeah.
And they just start chuckling. It was awesome.
No, I think your idea of awesome again is incorrect.
Oh, what was the one Gremlin? He had little puppets.
Oh yeah.
That was really funny.
I was clearly not paying attention to that part.
How could you miss that?
Because it went on too long and she got distracted for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Like,
I
no.
missed a lot of parts of it, but I went to that part because I was like watching it on my monitor while I was working, and then I looked over and that was happening, and I was like, I thought for a second it was just like really bad part of the movie, like those were supposed to be like baby gremlins or something. And so I went back to rewatch like the beginning of the scene, and I was like, oh, I get it now.
I also love the gremlin on the fan, and then somehow she flicks it to like
Really
fan
high.
go crazy, and it just throws him into a window.
Yeah.
You just see the body go limp. It's like, this is a kids movie.
Go crazy.
Kids of today don't have it so easy, man.
No.
They don't have
I
to
know.
watch this kind of stuff.
They would never be able to.
They do. I mean, they all love Stranger Things, which
Yeah.
is like a rip-off of all these like 80s movies. So, like,
Do kids like Stranger Things?
Kids don't watch
Yes, they
Stranger
do.
Things.
Oh my god, it was like the biggest Halloween costumes this year of kids.
Yeah,
in
is that
Stranger
the
Things.
parents?
No, the kids.
Because I saw a lot of kids dressed up as had the big black wig of like Jon Snow and stuff, and they are not watching Game of Thrones.
They might be.
We hope not.
They are watching it.
We'll just fast forward to the rape.
Come on, if they can get on YouTube, they can watch this.
Watching everything, man.
Watching all this
like
stuff.
no generation
Right.
before them, maybe have access to
They have
it.
access
true.
to everything. Look at the porn
Right.
they have access
So
to.
they
I used to have to find porn in a park. It's so hard. An old dirty man would have to like throw porn out in a garbage can in a park.
Wait, Sean, what?
It happened twice. It happened twice in Grimsby where someone found it and then they would sell it at school.
Sean, why
It was grade 5 and grade 9.
Oh my
Throwing
god.
their porn out in the park.
I don't know, but it happened
Haven't
twice.
we learned yet?
home.
Yeah, somebody might find it and
Yeah.
you know, it's yours.
I swear it happened at least twice.
The corner store by my parents' house has stopped selling the like nude magazines because there's no market there. I know, it's so sad.
Those girls are gonna go out of business.
No.
So, the printing.
The printed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be doctors.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry, I got off the rails there. Sorry, Tracy's
So
mom.
what else is there?
If you ever made
Wait,
him really.
does your mom listen to this?
She has listened to episodes.
Really?
Oh, not the Christmas ones, I hope.
Episode with your
Sean,
mom.
why did
I don't know. Nell's
like kids
part.
on-
I don't know. I remember
She
grade 9
likes
or 10.
westerns.
Huge shack.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch
We
of.
used to find them in the forest.
Yeah.
like
same
a
pattern.
park.
Star Wars is.
No, I mean like a
Space West.
Just stay away from
what
the
is
sticky
the Man
papers.
with No
Yeah,
Name
yeah.
series she owns. I know that. That is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, a few dollars more. Yeah, okay.
Do you own them though? Can you do that?
Well, technically, I bought them and then I gave them to her, so
okay.
she
So
physically has
she
them. They
puts
exist.
them back on your shelf and it's all good.
It's all good.
So you
I
guys,
all like to hear.
you guys should do a Mother's Day episode.
Oh
my
that'd be
God.
cute.
I don't know. I don't know if she'd do it.
Feels right in the heart. She doesn't have to listen to her own voice. I don't.
I know you don't.
I don't either.
God.
Yeah. I can't
Never
listen to
have.
I
this.
hate this song.
Ruining my numbers, guys. Ruining my
I
numbers.
mean, I'll like.
I still download it.
listened to one of your episodes and I thought you sounded great.
Yeah, you're good on the podcast.
So the
Yeah.
thing is here's the you want to get real. I sound like my mother.
It's a scary feeling, I know.
How does that make you feel? Let's explore this.
Yes.
Well,
tell
my-
us.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
You know,
listen.
it's
I'm
real
listening.
deep. Yeah. You're like, oh, I slowly
Stranger,
am
nice.
becoming my mother. Oh God, I sound like her. I can't.
No.
Yeah. I discovered I didn't know what I sounded like when I listened to last year's Christmas episode because I was like,
Oh, you listened to
I was
that?
and I was like, this content. I had to know what made it into the episode.
I don't want to know.
But yeah, like I was talking, I was like, well, I definitely said that, but in like the wild, I would not have identified that as my own voice, and that's super weird. Yes, that exactly happened to me. And then I said something snotty, and I was like, oh yeah, that was definitely me. Yes.
No, it's true. You don't realize what you actually sound like. It's what you sound like in your head, and then you hear it. And like if I pick my phone up at my parents' house, their phone, I pick it up. They're always like, Sue, my mom, and I'm just like, no, it's Jessica. And they're like, oh, we thought you were Sue. And I was like, I've been hearing that for years. And then I just played the one episode, and I was like, no. Oh my God, they sound just like my mother. No wonder.
that like a joke?
Aww.
I think
Can I touch your mommy or daddy? Like, do you guys sound like it?
Yeah, I sound like a teenager. I get this. Like,
wait, they're calling your cell phone and they're like,
No, when I'm at my cottage or
okay.
whatever.
Little girl, did you get your mother or
I don't
father?
pick up my cell phone when I don't know the number,
Yeah.
but when I'm up at my parents'
we're
place,
millennials. We don't do that.
But what if you want to
my mom's
cruise?
like, answer the phone. When I answer the phone, you're like, is your mommy or daddy on the phone?
Your mommy who says that? Like, she's like 7. Like, who says is your mommy home? Like,
I don't know. I guess like I answer the phone and I sound like younger.
It's worse if they actually thought you were the age you are.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'd be
oh, that's
Sorry,
yeah.
Daddy's
you're
in the
still at
shower.
home.
Call back later.
Oh, Daddy's in the shower.
And you don't mean your dad.
My dad is father. I call him father to his face. That's
Really?
his daddy.
I call him Papa.
Father.
Papa.
I go, Father Gary, and my dad's like, Jesus.
I do that when I want something from my dad, and then he's like, get the fuck like, I know what you're trying.
It's oh father.
Oh, father.
Ew.
You guys don't
Are
call
you
your parents by
busy
the first
right
name?
now?
You don't just
No?
hey,
No.
No.
Unless I'm fucking with my mom, I go, hey Sue, and she's like, you don't do that.
I'd get disowned.
I go,
if I tried
mama, and she's like, shut up.
There was a guy in high school, his dad, anyways, he had a party, and his dad came home, and he was trying to kick everybody out, and he was like a complete but he was like, you wait a second, Gary. He called his dad Gary. You wait a second, Gary, because his dad was like yelling at everybody.
yeah, no.
And he told him like,
oh!
pause, and then he told everybody to go home.
that. That's not gonna go well for you.
Why is it always Gary?
Oh.
That's my dad's voice. Like his name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey Gary. Like, yeah.
Well,
Alright.
to America. Hello, Gary.
Why are dads called Gary? It's an old man name.
Okay.
Tell it to Danielle.
Yeah, really.
Oh yes!
Yeah, we know a Gary.
But do you hear of a 5-year-old being called Gary?
It'll come back.
I try not to hear about
It
5-year-olds.
looks so funny.
But
when
at
a
some point in
5-year-old
time, your
calls
dad
you.
was 5 years old and his name was
Could
Gary.
you imagine little Gary?
Well, they used to
What
make
about
His brother Barry.
Gary,
Yeah,
Barry,
these
Larry.
are bigger problems than an
I
old
said
man
there should have been
name.
a third called Larry,
Yeah.
but there wasn't. They fucked that too.
Harry.
Thank goodness.
Fourth. Oh my god, there could have been many of them. Just
Don't call a kid Harry. He'll be made fun of so bad at
I
school.
love
Don't call him
that.
Harry.
Yeah, it's just you gotta think of names because kids are assholes. They'll just-
Blanche.
Well, if the kids like Golden Girls,
Imagine
they'll be
a
fine.
3-year-old Blanche just being all sassy, and you're like, yes.
That'd be cool.
No,
to
I
call
think
a
it'd be
kid
funny
Harry.
if it was like a 2-year-old Blanche crawling on the floor drooling, be like, Blanche, stop that. That's just weird.
Sounds like a grandmother.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd be great,
Audrey
man.
became like
Very popular.
Audrey,
Yeah.
yes.
Audrey, so they
I
kind of
like
wrap
the name
around.
Audrey.
I heard of Wilhelmina.
Phoebe.
The other day.
Gwendolyn?
Oh, Wilhelmina's nice.
Wilhelmina. I was like, that's an
That's
interesting.
a lot
Like,
of
and I
name.
work with seniors, so I hear all the old names, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, Like I have a Gretchen and like all these names. So when you hear them with young kids, you're like, that's interesting.
It is
I'm
weird.
not used to that.
Yeah.
I had a customer in my old video store job who named her son Attila.
Nice. No, but
What?
no, but
No. We're not skipping over it that quick.
No, I've actually met 2 Attilas, and they were Hungary. They were Eastern European. So
Yeah.
I think it's
Attila the Hun.
These were.
Hungary.
Oh
So
See
it might be.
yourself out.
Yeah.
Attila. But like,
No,
cool.
these were just average Canadian white
Were
people.
these just
I'm pretty
hipsters?
sure.
Attila.
Maybe.
That's
I don't know.
trolling.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But it's
sorry
okay.
to all the Attilas out there tuning in to
Yeah.
the podcast.
Who's just like, what the hell? Who are these
It's an
people?
odd name for a Canadian 5-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. A Canadian fire. That's Attila.
Tracy gets most of her downloads in Budapest.
That's
Not anymore.
Damn you!
It's like my nephew, and apparently his name's in right now, Riker.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
I know he's
Okay.
very tall and sits
So
funny.
here's the thing. He's 5, and that's a family name. Quite German, this child. It's very German. And also my brother's a Star Trek nerd. But now there are newborns being called Riker. And I'm
Yeah, Star Trek is a thing.
There was an actor in Gremlins who has been in Star Trek. Did you notice it? This is a tough one. He's also in Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, the cop.
Yeah.
It's Mike.
The cop?
Not the main cop, his buddy, Brent or something. He calls like
I recognized him.
He's Mike in Breaking
Oh my God,
Bad,
I
and he's been in a
totally
bunch
also
of Next Generation, and he was in the Deep Space Nine episode where they're on the planet where they keep killing each other but can't die.
He's in
His name's Jonathan Banks. I saw him in
Groundhog Slave?
I saw him in the credits, and I was like, oh, because I love him as Mike in
Oh my
Breaking
God, I
Bad.
missed
Oh,
I
he's
missed
in
one of
Beverly
your
Hills Cop
questions.
too.
Is he?
Or he's in Beverly Hills Cop, so
Oh,
him and Judd
that's so
played again
interesting.
together.
Yeah.
Judd Reinhold.
George Reinhold, yes.
Yeah, that's the only Star Trek actor I noticed. I was looking. Every time I'm doing the podcast.
Well, that's
I
the
look.
thing. I was looking for one and I couldn't pick one out.
Yeah.
So, well done. Look
worked,
at you. You did it. You
Yay.
stumped me.
I want a gremlin.
No, you want a.
I want a gremlin.
You want a gizmo.
I want a gizmo and a cable knit sweater that's red.
Oh, I had a gizmo.
You
when I
already
was a
have
kid.
the cable nut
You're
sweater.
literally wearing that.
I know. I want one matching me. Come on.
Are we doing a Jello shot break?
Oh my god.
What?
These are really good. I really like them.
Holy shit. The amount of
And-
alcohol in just this one.
I can't
bottle.
taste the alcohols, which I think is bad because I know there's probably lots of alcohol. in it.
So for like the green batch, so what it is, it's 1 pack of Jello, a 1/3 cup of vodka, and a 1/3 cup of blue carrot salad. And
What is wrong with you today?
we got her liquored up on a Thursday. It's all good.
Yes. Okay.
All right, back to Gremlins.
What are you sharing, Sean?
Oh, okay, so remember the scene with Billy and Corey Feldman? I find it's weird he has a friend who's in grade school and he's a 21 or
Also
2-year-old.
strange, yeah.
And
But
he's upstairs with his shirt off.
exactly, he brings him upstairs and he just takes off his shirt for no reason and changes into another shirt. And around this kid, I thought that was.
No,
I
he
got
changes his
creep
shirt
vibes.
because he got juice all over it.
Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense.
There we go.
But still, be like, hey, buddy, just give me a second.
Yeah,
Turn it
give
off
me
in
a-
front of children.
No,
No,
I would leave it on.
that's weird.
Kids will think I'm cool.
I got juicy.
Your optimism is touching.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. It just
But also, his dad treats him horribly. Like Corey Feldman's. I mean, you meet him at the Christmas tree selling place, and he is in a Christmas tree suit, and his dad's like smacks him in the head.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, go get this tree over there for this person."
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh, that's why he's always hanging at their house.
yeah, and that's why he was hiding the outfit. Yes.
He's abused, Sean.
in the movie and in real life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Too deep.
Downer.
True, but
He's had a bad life.
God.
He
he was royally screwed by Hollywood.
Yeah.
Literally and
Yeah.
figuratively.
And then his friend died.
Yeah.
Corey.
River Phoenix, is that what you're talking about?
Corey.
The other Corey. Corey and Corey.
But did he just die recently? Like,
No,
last 10 years?
3
he
years
died
ago?
a few years ago.
5, 6 years ago.
Oh, the racist neighbor Dick Miller. I like that actor, and he died like I think this year or last year.
Oh.
Aren't they
Let's
all
see.
racist?
What a bummer.
He's been in a lot of things. No, sorry.
Corey
Not Dick
died
Miller's a
in
racist.
2010.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's been a while.
Really?
Character.
The character,
Oh
yeah.
my god, time's
You're like,
speeding up.
Wait, did you
Either
say
I'm slowing down or I'm
2010?
speeding
Yeah,
up.
9 years ago.
It's been 10 years since he died.
Yes. I
That's
don't know if she's
unfortunate.
drunk because she starts,
She
Are
starts
we gonna be
signing
like
rants
70
tonight.
and doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta
We'll
get
be
to
on
the
M by
Z's.
then.
Remember last year when we
Still
did the
talking
Gremlins?
about
20 years ago.
Yeah.
And how great they are, and the children won't ever know.
Guys.
I saw this great meme on Facebook the other day that it was like,
Baby Yoda?
it was not big.
Yes.
2000 was 20 years ago, but that's impossible because 1980
Yeah.
was
20
20
years
years
ago.
ago.
I
And
know.
I do feel that way.
Yeah.
Like,
The
it's
90s
like,
were only 10 years ago. What are you talking about?
1990 was
40
30
years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
We're really old, Jamie.
Mhm.
How the fuck
Let me
did
find
we
some
get
Yoda.
so old?
Time is a
I
flat
know.
circle.
And I look so young.
Why do you think I want more scenes in the bank and Gremlins? I'm like, enough of this Gremlins nonsense, more bank scenes. That's what old man Sean wants. Not what-
People are still asking me if Mummy and Daddy are.
So today on one of a Slack chat, like a group Slack chat, they were talking about questionable content, which is a webcomic. And like today's comic like hit everybody really hard because they were talking about giving up your dreams because the life you have you're happy with. So you're just like, why does it seem so amazing? Like, so you don't want to be a rock star, like an astronaut or whatever you're doing makes you happy and the people you're with makes you happy and you're okay with it. So you quote unquote give up your dream. Yeah. But it's true. It happens.
Being an astronaut sucks. I don't want people want to be astronauts.
You know, pragmatic.
It's a lot of hard work.
Did you dream? Wait, who dreams of being an astronaut or a rock star?
I've never dreamed of
Maybe
being
when you're a kid.
rock star.
I want to be a train conductor.
I totally dreamed of being a rock star. I just like terrible stage
women, we were conditioned not to dream.
I actually dreamed about being
society.
I hope I have 2 stoves.
I
Forget about
rich. I want to be rich.
We all want it.
I mean,
I'm gonna die in childbirth.
I want to be a
However,
rock
I get
star,
that way.
then an actress, then an astronaut in that order. It's fine.
We wouldn't last 2 minutes in space.
I want to be a vet.
I mean, when I
wanna
found
be
out
a
like you had to like work out and stuff, I was like, no.
I was obsessed
That was
with
it.
Jurassic.
It was over.
I was listening to a podcast about how you pooping on the space station. And
like
if the suction cup doesn't get it all,
Yeah.
Yes.
the little poop things will float around the station, and they gotta find them. The things you just never think about.
That's called a reverse.
I was doing really well.
This is the best Gremlins podcast ever.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So, anything else?
The Spike, the main Gremlin bad guy, was pretty gruesome.
It was gross.
It was done really well too.
Yes, it was. It just reminded me of the melting face in Indiana Jones.
It's the same guys. Island.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. When the gremlins are coming at the screen and they're on the other side.
Yeah. Oh.
That was
Clearly
all
animated.
Yeah, that was all hand.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
It was really impressive.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the movie theater scene. That was great. They start singing Hi Ho. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was like thinking so much of like, what did it cost them to license?
Oh,
like,
Disney was hurting at this time because
Have you seen that yet?
a bunch of their movies had failed. Great Mouse Detective.
Everybody the first
There's a
time they
couple
see it,
that
it's
just
like-
bombed.
Yeah.
So they were actually like
Oh.
they could have failed.
They
It's
actually
possible.
needed-
Explains why their content is in this.
Exactly.
because Usually they do not allow.
I thought the exact
Anything.
same thing.
Yeah.
They're such assholes about
It
it.
was before Little Mermaid, right? So the
Yeah.
Renaissance
Hadn't started.
Yeah.
So they're like, yes, please take our movie. Put it.
But it just
Remind the audience it was.
Because it's also like associated with this really dark thing, which Disney doesn't normally allow for. That's what's really unique about it. And, like,
Yeah, 1,000 gremlins burned to death in the theater while watching Seven
Well,
Dwarfs.
I think the Disney guys were friends with Spielberg, like Katzenberg and all those guys back then.
True.
When they were when Disney before the Mermaid thing. It's like those were the guys there.
Yeah, so they were the ones who probably did like the animation and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they also like probably got the rights to use this in your movie, like the Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't there also a scene when they were like when they first appeared out of the pool and stuff, and they were like running up the main street of the town, and like you just saw like a whole bunch of gremlins. Wasn't that part animated as well?
I fell sick for that.
Yeah.
I like that answer.
I wasn't sure if it was animated or was it stop motion, like when they're running down the street. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because when they're like really far away, it looks like they're animated, and then it cuts into being closer, and then it's like stop motion.
but I thought it was stop
It's
motion because just the way they would like kind of jump a little bit, like it looked. I don't know. I could be wrong. But.
Yeah, but they used a combo.
Yeah.
That was the only effect I thought
remember
did not
that
hold
scene.
up. Everything else I thought was great.
Held up pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because it's 98% like practical.
Exactly.
effects,
That's why the prequels in Star Wars suck ass because the Sarlacc pit looks so bad.
Yeah.
And you can't find the original version anywhere.
Really?
No,
Go back
yeah.
to Star Wars.
Sorry.
There's nothing wrong
No,
with
we didn't talk about Star Wars yet. Oh yes, sorry, I did. I totally
Yes,
did.
I
did
did talk about Star Wars.
Like
They
4
come on.
times already.
Oh my.
I'm not complaining about Star Wars or Star Trek things.
It's fine. You just can't relate everything back to Star Wars. Like,
Obviously, we can.
Just because you
We normally do it
can
for Star
doesn't
Trek.
mean you should, okay?
I'm gonna before this podcast is done.
Aggressive behavior over there.
Before this podcast is done, I will think of a character who's in Star Trek. I'm going through it right now in my head. No, that was Gremlins.
Oh, for
One of the old men that we must have been in.
Oh, and the Christmas thing?
Yeah.
National Lampoons.
Yeah, the guy with the wig.
listener,
Let's transition and talk about
Wait.
it.
The next generation.
Excuse me, one person was in another movie? Wait, there's that.
Yes, they do more than one movie, Jessica.
No, but I'm not joking. One of the Gremlin people were in.
Oh no.
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 This, see, we can't
Oh,
follow along with
it's
this
in Star
transition.
Trek.
How is
Okay.
anyone tuning in?
Transitioning into
Transition.
right.
To
be fair,
I think the people listening are probably a little more on the ball than me just right now.
That's not fair.
So let's
Everyone listening to this is probably inebriated.
They should be.
They should be.
I would.
Please don't listen to
Can we
this.
talk about the cat killer movie now?
Hold on. So before we get there, this year I thought I'd introduce the Christmas quiz. Ooh.
Should we answer that?
No, the answer is not Santa for any of these questions.
Okay.
So it's 8 questions, going from easy to what I think is hard.
Skip to the prizes. What are the prizes?
Yeah.
Look, the prize is you get to be on my podcast. That's it.
She
And you get
Jello Shots.
knowledge.
You'll get a phone call about winning a cruise.
Let's see. So who's ready? Wait, do you guys want to ding in, or is everybody's going to yell things, or what's going to happen?
How do you want us to do this?
Should we not should we have a ding system?
Historically, we're gonna yell no matter what you tell us, but you can try to.
First person to raise their
Is this
hand.
like a Who Wants to Be a
everybody's just gonna
Millionaire?
yell
You get to
anyways.
ask questions.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, how about just say your name first?
Mike.
Yeah, but we have 2 mics.
Oh, wait, you want to be Mike or?
You
I'll
should
be
Fine, I
Michael.
probably won't know
Michael.
any of the answers. I'm gonna guess Santa for most of them.
I'm gonna say Mrs. Claus.
Okay, let's do this.
So and just to let you know, I did it in such a way that the first question helps you get the answer. Wait, no, for the second question, which helps you get the answer for the third.
Oh, boy.
question.
I
Okay.
thought about this.
Yeah, I did.
She loves trivia.
I did this at work yesterday at
So
the end
it's
of the
all
day
about
when
Star
nobody
Trek?
else was there. It's fine.
Star Trek.
Sadly, no.
Not
There's no Christmas in Star Trek.
Really?
No.
Oh, come on.
There is a Star Wars.
They
It's
just
called Life
float-
Day.
They're just floating in space.
I mean,
Go
sure,
on.
they have gifts.
So, first question, easy question.
Okay.
What kind of Christmas Eve made Santa ask Rudolph, with your nose so bright, would you guide my sleigh tonight?
Stormy night.
Ding. Foggy.
Foggy. What's wrong? That was the easy question, you guys.
Oh god, this is gonna be hard.
We were all singing in our head.
Yeah, I wasn't there
Let's
yet.
sing the first part before even the
I
time.
thought that was it's like doing the alphabet. You can't go back.
That's true. It can be a little bit difficult, yes.
That was difficult. What's number 8 gonna be? Okay, number 2.
Number 2. Rudolph may not have been able to play any reindeer games, but this actor got to play the lead in the spectacularly horrible film.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, oh, you're right.
You didn't say Ben Affleck.
That was a good question. I like that one.
Wait.
Okay. Side question. Who did he co-star alongside? You can't answer because I think you know the movie. You can't answer either.
Oh, damn it!
What famous Hollywood bombshell?
You gave it away.
Charlie
Yep.
Theron?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
'Cause
Is she a bombshell?
no, she's in the movie Bombshell right now.
Oh my god!
I was trying to do a Tracy.
She looks good in that movie too.
She always looks
She
good.
ages she doesn't age. Really. She looks gorgeous.
Whatever she's pumping in her body, share with
What pissed me off about that Snow White movie is how is she the evil queen? What? Shouldn't she have been Snow White?
Yeah.
What the hell?
She could have. She would have done a better
God.
job.
There's no way that mirrors ooh, Kristen Stewart's better looking than you. Fuck no.
Who is?
Kristen Stewart.
Oh
Snow
god.
White. But she did a good job in that monster spell, man. They made her.
That's why she.
They spent 8 hours making her.
And I still want
That's
to
how
bone
much
her.
work. Yeah.
Come here, Eileen Turner, whatever her name is.
Oh.
Give me that sticky breath.
Too soon or dark or something inappropriate.
Tucson, move on.
3. Not everything at Christmas happens at the North Pole. When Buddy the Elf decides to leave, he
New York.
says farewell to everyone, including this creature that is the last to wish him well.
The Abominable Snowman.
Incorrect.
No, it's the narwhal.
It is the narwhal.
How am I getting these? I don't know.
I haven't watched Elf.
I'm anti-elf.
Many
So
years.
Fucking
I
hate that
still
movie.
don't understand why you hate this movie.
Tracy, I don't hate it.
She did it because we won't let her watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is her revenge.
I did watch it this
fucking
week.
hate
When we get to E, you own it, right?
What? No. I don't.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure you own it.
Next
podcast is
next
over.
Christmas.
Yeah, agreed.
Table like fuck this.
Number 4. Elf was directed by this marvelous man.
John Favreau.
You got it. Okay.
How many of these questions are about Elf?
No, now we're on John Favreau.
The Mandalorian. Baby Yoda.
I mean, it mentions Elf, but the question isn't about Elf.
Okay, go.
Elf isn't. Hold on. Elf isn't Favreau's only Christmas movie. He also starred alongside his longtime buddy Vince Vaughn with Reese Witherspoon in this mostly forgotten holiday film.
It's their shitty family. They're trying to go away from them.
Shitty family movie.
The vacation, the Christmas vacation.
Oh yes, I've seen it. They're trying to fly to like Florida or
They want to
Mexico.
cancel Christmas.
And
Oh my god. I know an answer.
Well, this is
but
a
I
real
don't know
journey.
the answer.
Oh yeah, Vince Vaughn brothers. John Favreau's one of them. They're all assholes.
Cheat.
No, why can't you
Okay, I won't touch my phone. Don't touch my phone.
I guess it's not Swingers.
Horrible Christmas.
It's not
White
Swingers.
Christmas?
Horrible
Nope.
Christmas.
Make up
It's
stuff.
not horrible.
I know I've seen it, but
Skipping Christmas. Missing Christmas.
Christmas with the
There's a number in the
No,
title.
Christmas with the Christ
Yeah.
and the Ted Danson.
Yeah.
13 Christmases.
24.
This is, I actually
First
watched that
Christmas?
movie. No.
Second Christmas.
Third Christmas.
I don't.
God, I've seen this movie too.
I've seen it too.
I've seen this movie several times. Yeah.
It's okay.
Missing Christmas. Canceling.
But there's a number, you said.
More hints, please.
Okay.
Missing
One last Christmas? One new Christmas? What? I don't know.
Seriously?
Oh, 4 Christmases.
There you go.
Duh.
Oh my god.
Well,
You
you
don't
very
get that
uninspired.
answer.
I do not. No, I
Yeah.
do.
This is terrible.
She had to hold
It's
my.
called 4 Christmas
Because they
things.
have 4 Christmas.
Because both of
They
their
have
parents were
4.
divorced and they
Yeah.
have to go to each place.
And
Yes.
that's why they want to
Oh,
skip Christmas,
that
which
does
sounds
sound-
like a freaking awesome
Absolutely.
answer.
Exactly.
Skip that shit.
I have friends who have
Station.
3 or 4 Christmases,
No,
Yeah.
I'd bow out too.
which sucks because you're only spending like 3 or 4 hours with your family, then you got to go to the next like.
I'd go to a beach and be like, here's my picture.
Yeah.
So I say every year to my parents, I'm like, can I just send you a photo of me like somewhere else?
Jamie, do it.
Oh, I love Christmas.
I do love Christmas, but I love it so much more when
Did you
I'm
do your-
somewhere warm.
Did you do your family photo?
Yeah, have you had your
Yeah.
Santa photos yet?
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, actually, this
After you
year
sat on his lap.
he didn't let me sit on his lap.
What?
Does he have a back issue?
I guess I've gained.
Whoa!
I gained like 10 pounds since last
Oh,
time. He was fat shaming.
you are not fat at all.
He fat shamed me.
Fucking Santa.
Maybe
Beat him up.
Santa's getting old.
Maybe Santa just thinks it's inappropriate.
Yeah, now his
Maybe
beard is
Santa's
real.
right. It's kind of inappropriate.
Oh, his beard was not real before, but now the Cloverdale Santa is
It is
real
now.
beard.
So this year, so every year, my brothers and I have 2 brothers. We go to get a picture taken with Santa. My oldest brother is like 38 now, so this has continued 38 years in a row. These photos have taken place.
Wow.
This
Same
year,
Santa?
No.
I would have
That original Santa.
It's long good.
All the bones of Santa.
No, maybe Santa was like 30 when he started.
Let's light him up.
So this year was the first year out of 38 years that my parents came and got a photo taken with us.
Oh, I saw the
Oh.
picture. Yeah, I saw it.
So it
Yeah,
was
it's
all
a
of
good
us.
picture. You're all
of us.
so freaking adorable.
Thank
But you guys are color coordinating with
Oh my
your
God, you all
blue
look
or
alike.
denim
It's
or whatever.
I mean, if you're gonna do a family Santa photo, the least you can do is coordinate, right?
We did
Suppose.
not coordinate.
You didn't?
They just showed
My
up.
parents just
dressed-
got off a plane. Literally, they just got off a plane. That's why they're so tan. They were in the Caribbean. I'm like, you're making me look like a ghost. I was so mad.
Don't even talk to us about that.
I want to go to the Caribbean.
That's
Yeah, me
great.
too.
I
was
don't want to
just
be
there.
pale
That's what I
shamed.
said to them.
He looks like a fat shamer.
And then I was like, well, well, my
That's
dad
adorable.
could sit on your lap. He's like, no, lady. I'm
I'm
like, someone's sitting on your lap. He's like, no one's sitting on my lap.
You are all adults.
I'm like, what are we paying you?
Oh my goodness. All right. What are you? Okay.
I don't know what they're doing.
Anyway, so mall Santas are wonderful.
Yes, they are.
Especially Cloverdale now.
Mhm.
You just gotta hand it to
Santa?
Apparently it's getting torn down for like condos.
Cloverdale Mall?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So this
Even
might
though
be
we're
the
I don't
end
either.
of Cloverdale Mall Santa.
Well, go to Yorkdale and get sexy Santa.
Didn't they change him out though?
Fashion Santa?
I feel like he doesn't even take his photo
There are
with you. There's some like
several-
weird thing at Yorkdale. It's like
It's all just a bunch of yummy mummies like drinking prosecco, being like, Santa.
Yeah, there's no actual photo.
What a
It's like he
sense.
reads to the children for 3 seconds, and that's not the end.
No, I just want.
Well,
sexy
because
Santa.
if his outfit is like Gucci, he doesn't want no snotty bitch on it.
For sure.
I mean, this
You calling Jamie a snotty bitch?
and he would not let me.
Well,
The
it's so covered in snow.
First you fat shamer, now she's a snotty bitch.
That's where we used to go. That's
Do you
where we
want
used
a
to go.
Cloverdale replacement? Duff Mall.
We used to go to Dufferin Mall up until 3 years ago when my brother moved to Orangeville, and now we meet at Cloverdale because it's closer to
Rexdale.
But we used to
Rexdale,
do.
yeah.
Is there a
Sure
Rexdale
way.
Mall Santa?
Sure way.
I'm down for that.
Can we just all go?
Special.
Way special. He carries like a gun in his pocket.
Yeah, you gotta wear your special.
Well, now our Rexdale audience is gone.
My dad grew up in Rexdale, and like all the time, like whenever he comes to town to Toronto, he doesn't want to like come downtown. He makes us meet him in Rexdale, which is like the sketchiest part of all of Toronto. And we like go to this restaurant he used to always like go to, which is a delicious, ridiculously inexpensive diner, and I love it. But like it's just like there's so many gangsters outside of this place. Like every time we like go in, there's just like if there's like a convenience store next door, and there's like 7 guys lined up outside of it, like every time, just like hands in their pockets. Like it's so like weird. It's just like out of a movie. Like,
Where's Rexdale exactly?
Where's Rexdale?
Like, what's the major intersection?
it's like a Etobicoke, and then
It's near the airport.
No, but what would be the major intersection if you had to pick one?
it's north of Kipling and
Kipling and Dixon?
I've
Okay.
never
yeah,
been.
Kipling.
Me neither.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Parkdale for a second. I'm like, it's not that bad, Jamie. Come on.
No,
Have you been in Parkdale recently?
Yeah, it's fine.
it's gotten better.
It's mostly fun.
Oh,
Okay,
what
so
about
you're-
our-
Question 6. If you pay attention to 4 Christmases, you would have noticed a cameo by this blue-eyed actor from a beloved Christmas classic who is no kid anymore.
A Christmas Story, the dude.
Hugh Grant?
What?
No,
What was
a
the
Christmas
question?
Story, dude. Is it not him?
It is him,
It
yeah.
is him. What's the little blonde fucker with the pervy dad?
Oh, Christmas
Story.
Story.
Ralphie.
We should
In
know
A
what the
Christmas
actor's
Story.
name.
What's the actor? I don't know.
I did this quiz off the top of my head, guys. Come on.
You're a
Except for the last question.
encyclopedia.
For
Yeah.
Christmas movies.
His name is Peter Billingsley.
Okay, but I like.
By the way, I'm gonna piss you guys off again. He's also an elf.
Oh!
Tracy, I don't want to participate in this podcast.
Yeah, you withdraw your
My
consent for
my
the use
best
of your
story
voice.
was my last
Number 7. Now
Number
for Christmas
7.
Story.
Billingsley, as Randy, had a holiday filled with hijinks, including a run-in with this yellow-eyed bully.
That motherfucker Ginger. The Ginger in A Christmas Story was fucking evil. He
Yellow-
tortured
yellow.
them.
Yeah, what was his name?
I've never
No,
seen a Christmas
what was
Story,
his
so I
name?
got nothing.
What?
You did
Oh,
not just
jeez.
say
I
that.
have never
Why
seen
is she
most
here?
of the big Christmas movies. I've never
Bart?
seen Christmas
Was it
Vacation.
Bad
I've
Bart?
never seen
No.
Christmas
That was the guy in his
Story or-
imagination.
It's a Wonderful
Oh,
Life.
wait, are you looking for the character name or the actor?
You can give me the character
Hey,
name.
you can't use the phone.
Zach Ward
Cheater.
or Scott Farkas.
Scott Farkas.
Ah,
You
you know what?
You're such a
Still got it
cheater.
wrong.
I am.
I actually did know
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm never gonna know this, but this dude's in like stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
in
in
stuff.
stuff. I'm
Oh,
showing
that
you
guy.
pictures.
Yeah.
From what's that show called? Homeland. Isn't it?
Oh, sure.
No, that's not
Oh,
the guy
that's
from
a
Homeland.
Ginger
That's another guy.
No, this is the guy from Homeland. That guy's from Band of Brothers.
Yes, he is.
That's
right.
Time Pass.
Okay.
How many of these
Last
jokes are gonna have no
question.
context because you chopped
Okay.
out the first part? I wonder.
Okay.
Last question.
Last question.
Shouldn't it be 12 questions?
I did 8. Calm down, okay?
Okay.
See how long this is already taking?
And we were bad at these questions.
Yeah. Fuck.
Farkas was played by Zach Ward.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He's Canadian.
Who has continued his career by doing a lot of TV and B movies, including the 2016 A Christmas
sorry,
in
I'm
Vermont, which also starred this SNL alum.
Kristen
Stop
Wiig?
looking up. Stop looking it up.
Wait, sorry, what was the movie called?
Christmas
A Christmas in Vermont.
It's not even in his thing.
That's how.
Is it a male or a female?
Horatio
I'm
Sands.
not telling you.
I'm just gonna say Saturday Night Live people.
What fucking movie this is? man?
Kristen Wiig?
Vermont.
It's a male.
You mean Chevy Chase?
Yes, I do.
Oh!
You looked it up.
I fucking did. Because no one was gonna get that.
No, but we should have trying to tie it into the next movie.
Because it goes with the next movie. See what I did there, guys?
You are a genius.
What?
And the Podcast of the Year award goes to Tracy.
I hope you edit all of that out.
It is all staying.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
It's all
Christmas
gold.
vacation.
So National
It's
Lampoon's
not.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
And go.
Oh, go.
Oh,
How that man is a danger to his family.
And himself.
He's a danger to everyone. What are you talking
The
about?
power grid, stray neighbors.
Well, no, we're just going out to get the tree in the middle of nowhere without the proper clothing or the saw.
Mm-hmm.
But that was
They somehow ripped the whole tree with the roots too.
impossible.
Without any tools.
Yeah.
Did they not? Maybe they tied their coats together into like a rope and attached
Then
it to
you
the
can
bumper
take
and
your
pulled it
coat
out.
off.
They were
That's very old.
walking away from the car for like hours.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Just because there's snow doesn't mean it's that cold. I think we all know.
Oh no! Nobody was
Is
wearing a
that
hat in
the
this
problem
movie.
you're
There was
having
no. There was.
sex?
You did not see anyone's breath. It was not that cold.
So
at all.
an
Juliette
inappropriate
Lewis's
place
eyes
to take
couldn't
your
shut
family
because they
without
were
proper
frozen.
clothing.
Yeah.
It's like,
But-
well, it could be 5 degrees and there could
No.
still be snow on the ground. Like,
No,
it's
no,
like,
because when it
yeah.
pans to the daughter, her eyebrows are frozen.
They say her eyes are.
Well,
But
frozen,
it's like
yeah.
you see a lot of
That's the
movies
joke.
that are like shot or directed by people who are like in Hollywood, and they're just like, I don't know what cold is. Like,
Yeah, I'm from
like,
LA.
it's like jackets, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's doing?
Exactly.
No, he's from
He's
Chicago.
from Chicago. He, should
He
know.
knows
You
cold.
should know. Yeah, agreed.
He wasn't setting out to make a realistic movie here, guys. It's a comedy.
I'm sorry, but as a Canadian, I'm like, they would have had frostbite. I've been very.
They would wear hats.
I always find it funny in movies like Game of Thrones is perfect. They're in the north of the wall. Everyone's walking. They have hoods except Jon Snow and whoever he's talking to, so you can see their whole face.
No,
So,
because
so
he's not-
they don't even have
he's
ear
not
muffs.
Sandra.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it.
No, but Jon Snow's ears would have frozen off at this point. I always find that stuff like that.
his
funny.
glorious hair
To
protected
the
his
fact
ears.
that
What are you
he
talking
was
about?
more than he was.
He's
and then
got
they
a
did
lush
shit
mane.
properly.
Lush mane.
His nose is not.
It's all a waste of time.
No, it's
We
Valyrian. It's
love-
that dragon blood.
Filled with fire.
It was all supposed to be about the dragon blood.
Thanks.
Silence.
Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Damn sexy.
That's a whole other
Damn
podcast.
sexy. You can't hide that face behind it.
All right. Would you rather have sex with
He is
Jon
very
Snow or
fetching.
Chevy Chase? Come on, girls. I don't know. What are you gonna pick?
Jon
What are you gonna
Snow.
I don't know.
Oh,
how
he's
drunk
so
am I in
drunk.
this situation?
pick? You're really drunk. And Chevy Chase is like trying to like.
Not at the time of this movie, and certainly not now.
Yeah. What do you think he even looks like now that he doesn't have a career anymore?
Have you not Community?
No, but that's what I mean.
Not
He
a while
looked like
ago.
he was 100 years old in Community when he was presumably still like kind of keeping it together, but now that he's
Well, let's
unemployable,
Google that.
Yeah.
has he
How
gotten
old is he
even
now?
puffier and more unfortunate looking?
He probably just got puffier. I wouldn't be surprised.
Is he 70 or something?
This is what he looks
My
like.
answer
that.
stands the same.
Little puppy.
A little puffy.
That's old.
But he's always looked
He is
relatively the
puffy.
same. He just got fatter.
No, he did get fat.
I
And
mean,
older.
when he was young, yeah, he kind of just looks.
Mm-hmm.
Derpy.
Good looking.
Was he?
He was only on SNL for 1 year. People forget that.
It was only 1 year.
The first year.
Did he
That was
piss
it.
people off?
Really? I didn't realize it was
He's
that
hard
short.
to work with, and he's not a.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
that was
not
the thing
the
at
look.
Community too.
And SNL took off like that, so he started doing movies right after.
It's strange that his teeth are so perfect, but he's so perfect.
That's probably on his
Mm.
own.
He like
I know,
painted
there's
I'm
himself
sorry.
in
He
here.
looks like Dick Cheney in that picture.
He does look
He
like
does.
He'd make a beautiful.
Let's continue describing pictures on this podcast.
So we're in a luscious field, and there's Chevy Chase with his shirt off.
Oh, who plays his wife? She's in Bonnie and Clyde.
Beverly D'Angelo.
Yeah.
What's she in?
Yeah,
Stuff.
she's in a lot of things.
Yeah.
She was a model, I think, at first, but
Well,
then she was a.
I really only
70s
remember her
actress.
from the Lampoon movies, like the Vacation
I found it
movies.
so funny. He wanted to have sex with the girl at the department
She
store.
was so ugly.
She's okay.
No.
Wait,
But
was she?
but he's married to a supermodel
Yeah.
who's lovely, and there's nothing wrong.
I'm sorry. The part where she's at the pool with the bikini and the thing's going up weird, obviously she doesn't know, like, the trick to hold things in place and stuff.
Mike brought up a cool point,
Unacceptable.
interesting point about that scene where
You know
it's
the part
probably
where
not
he's
the TV version.
daydreaming and he's looking at the pool
Yes.
and he sees her on like the diving board or whatever, and she like
may
turns
or may
around.
not have been eating.
He's
cheese.
mentally jacking off.
You may or may not have been eating cheese.
It was distracting.
She was always looking at the screen.
We were eating.
We lost these two for a little bit during the movie.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got half an hour.
Opportunity to construct some little cracker cheese
very
sandwiches.
He finally put a knife out. We ate the cheese.
Was it like a Gouda, a Brie?
We
I
fell
don't
apart.
know. Everybody loves it. Yeah.
But anyway, I did actually look over at the TV and be like, oh, he's fantasizing about his pool he can't afford. But I did not see the girl who's doing what with her bikini.
Oh,
no, she's wearing like a red. No, she doesn't remove. Well, no, she does.
She does. There's a lot of side boob. I was kind of shocked.
I love how all the guys remember exactly what
Oh.
happened.
We're just like,
There was this amount of side boob and
I just remember the crinkly
I watched the whole
behind that
movie.
she
You
had.
guys were like,
yeah, way to go, Mike. You're paying attention.
We were eating cheese. We were watching.
Yeah.
we were eating cheese and talking
A film of
sushi.
cinematic wonder.
There was a long talk about sushi.
I blame your wife.
Yes.
Talk about cheese.
She came home with sushi. But yeah, it didn't make any sense. His wife was great to him the whole movie.
Yes.
Supportive, loving.
She's lovely.
And
She should have divorced him
anyways.
years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's
And he meets
probably
a hot
fantastic.
cashier.
Yeah.
I think he does that in all the movies.
Yeah, he does.
Because he cannot act around women. Like, I'm sorry, the amount of times he said boob, tit, like, at the, like...
I was like cringing into another.
But
room
I saw
while
you
that
laugh,
scene was
one,
happening.
Alex, and then he lost you. You started
He
laughing.
said one thing that was funny, and I was like, okay, that one, and then the next
But
one.
then it
was
went another
just
minute
like,
and a half or
no.
something, and he lost you again.
Yeah.
Like, you can't compose yourself properly? Like, dude, you're gross.
I can't. Yeah,
You're
I can't
old
remember
and
what.
she's half your age.
Yeah. And she's selling you lingerie for your wife.
That's also weird. I'm
It's a
like,
particularly grim
Do you
time.
think?
to
Do you
do
see that piece of lingerie? You think that woman wanted to wear that shit? No, I don't.
She obviously has the patience of a saint, so.
Not a great piece. It's 80s
I don't know.
lingerie.
Her Christmas whatever outfit at the end had the boob window. Like
That is true.
So-
I noticed that as well, actually, and I was just like, I'm very confused by this shirt that you're doing.
Yeah.
Because they first show here,
You're supposed to know
and you
the
just
approach.
it's like it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they pull back, and you're like, there's
Yeah.
I like how Mike put it, the boob window.
yeah, when the rain
It's
happens.
a square in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cups is junk. What the hell? Yeah, I like glanced away and then I looked back and was like, why did she just? Okay, you know what?
you don't ask questions at that point. You
No,
just
it's
accept
true.
what is going
The
on.
point is, once all that family's cleared out of there, they get freaky.
Oh,
Except his house is ruined. Like,
Yeah.
and the swamp coming in.
Great, they can play French maid. That'll be
Yes.
perfect.
But it is a lovely house, though.
Mhm.
Well, like 80s
Too
lovely.
nice for him.
because
I don't know how
some of
he
that
hasn't
wallpaper
burnt it
kills
down.
me.
Yeah, that's why the
Wallpaper's a tool of the devil.
I mean, if you can have classy wallpaper.
It does as like an accent wall. It
Sure.
works, but you
Generally,
can't just wallpaper.
listen, I mean, alcohol's a tool of the devil as well, and here we all are, but like, generally speaking, wallpaper. Not good.
Not a good thing.
or rugs. Don't get rugs.
Rugs are
There's so oh, little spell.
area rugs.
There's so much
not
crap they
just
collected.
Oh, they make rugs now? You just fold them and put them in the washer.
Oh.
Yeah,
Really tie them together.
yeah.
They really do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need an area rug.
Anybody knows that Juliette Lewis, she plays a kid, but then if you think of Dust to Dawn, she plays the same age kid 25 years later.
Oh my god! Oh, that's true. I mean, not 25, but 10 or
Something
15
like
years
that.
later.
Yeah,
That's like 94 or 5.
But then you think about her career.
No,
she's
Quentin
always
Tarantino
playing an
vampire
18-year-old
movie.
No, I know that movie. But
Yeah, because
it's
even when
like
she's like
connection
Cape
of
This
Fear
one-
and stuff too.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so right.
This
Yeah.
one was 89, so it
What?
if it was
Oh.
only like 95.
But
I'm
she's
guessing
had a
95.
career of
Yeah,
playing
no,
an
no,
18-year-old
the point still stands.
Yeah, forever.
When did she do a child thing? What?
What?
Cape Fear?
Dust Till
Oh,
Dawn was
Dawn.
96.
She wasn't a
This
child
movie?
in Dust for Dawn.
Yeah, she was the.
She was a
like
teenager.
a teenager in it.
Yeah, and her brother was like he was a Korean kid, remember? They adopted him.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
Oh my
Underrated
God.
movie.
I mean, it's a
Don't
terrible
remember.
I've actually never seen it.
Cape Fear is only 2 years later. That was 91.
I've never seen Cape Fear.
I didn't see Cape
Oh.
Fear.
Oh, do you want it, Tracy?
That one I've seen.
No, I don't.
Then I never
Cape
will
Fear.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strangely, I have to admit, I like Randy Quaid in movies.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love
Randy
him.
Quaid is always so gross, though. Like he makes
He's
me feel
greasy
like
looking.
I'm getting
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's
like
on the
contact
live,
disease.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but he's greasy good.
I don't know.
But guys, he saved the day by kidnapping his boss, his cousin's boss.
But
He did what, and then the boss saw the kids' faces and went, "Yes, bottom line doesn't matter. All your money, 20%."
That's how capitalism works.
He saw the kids' disappointed looks. No pool that my dad bought without being able to afford it.
Yeah.
Mind you, all that money's probably going to his electric bill, but whatever.
True.
Yeah.
And all the damage that was caused to the house.
Exactly.
And his neighbor's house.
And his ceiling's falling in, and now his windows he's gonna need to fix. That man has thousands of dollars.
There was 6 to 7 broken window scenes, maybe more.
But he's gonna get his bonus in the end. So
$20,000, we think, right?
Well, no, they also broke down like the front couple of doors too.
And
so.
they're-
Doors are expensive, man. They're like $1,000.
Well, the police should pay for that, but they probably won't.
Why should they pay for
No,
that?
he was
legitimately
legitimately
kidnapped.
Good point.
If they broke in and they didn't do anything wrong, that's different.
Here's
still wouldn't
legitimate.
pay.
Here's the funny thing.
I don't know.
Here's the funny thing about
covers-
law. It doesn't matter if the rich man was like, "I'm not going to prosecute him." The cops are still like, "Oh wait, you were kidnapped. We're still gonna arrest everybody."
But I heard in
was
some
a
states or whatever,
misunderstanding.
if something that happens, you get the bill for it.
Oh yeah, the cops aren't paying
They
for
don't pay
that.
for it.
Yeah.
Unless it's swatting. I think if
Well, that's very, very illegal.
swatting's
Yeah.
illegal. So when you call someone, you go something bad has happened at this address. It's
Oh, I heard about that. Yes,
gamers
yes.
do it to each
A
other.
couple
Yeah.
people have been killed that way.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
And
that
You go to life. You can be in life in prison for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happens.
Well, because it's also ridiculous that people would do that, and
It's
people were doing
dangerous,
it,
yeah.
started doing it because of video games and stuff.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, what is
I
wrong
think they
with
spent-
you?
But there's
2
no male
years.
toxicity in video games.
It's called entitlement. These little fuckers.
It's the greatest community ever.
I think they spent 2 years chasing down 2 Scottish kids that did that.
Because they called them on a bunch of people, right?
Yeah, but they actually got them.
Good.
Yeah, back in my day, you just ordered
deserve
pizza
it.
to someone's house. And
Imagine being a
Yeah.
little kid and you're just like, oh, let's do this.
Yeah, David.
And then 2 years later, you're like, oh, I'm going to college. No, go nowhere.
You're going to prison.
Substitute
Sorry, you were gonna start talking about the Rottweiler?
Oh yes.
Snotty.
I love Snotty. He was the nicest part of this movie.
He was.
With all these ridiculous
I mean, he did have snot across his face, but I still
It's not
love
his
him.
fault.
It's not his fault he has
Yeah, he seemed
allergies.
lovely.
He didn't do anything ill-conceived or evil.
Also, you think those people in that horrible
RV.
RV with that sludge coming out of it are feeding him good food?
The sludge from the shitter?
Yeah, why was it glowing green?
I don't know. And why was the turkey green?
Well, I don't know.
Well, because apparently they left it too long. I don't know. That's what it
That's
said.
not
Yeah, that was never explained.
What was coming out of their bodies to make
Obviously,
waste?
he's.
Why
they're
on
not
earth
eating
are we
correctly.
pursuing this?
Do they piss and shit toxic waste?
Do they live under an old
Well,
toxic
they live in an
waste?
RV. They can just move from campsite to campsite.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean they're getting good food.
True. But still, if I eat bad food for a few months, I'm not gonna
maybe
pee green.
You might sludge.
But it was glowing.
I'm so glad to be a part of this conversation, you guys.
Oh, why is there sludge coming out of my dick?
I'm sorry, it was glowing inflammable. Come on, that
Guys,
came out
That's just the methane.
The,
It's fine.
the answer's obvious. It's because Randy Quaid was abducted by aliens.
Ah.
They performed experiments on him.
Independence Day joke.
Exactly.
No, I just think that's it's actually still his character, because in Independence Day, he's still living in an RV. His wife may have died, sad, rest in peace. And the kids are
it's
still there
going
all up.
It was a daughter and son, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
In the movie.
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends I met in animation, and when I first smoked,
Yeah.
and to break the conversation, I said, "You look a lot like Randy Quaid."
That's mean.
Now you're not a
And he
compliment.
took a drag of his smoke. He was like,
Huh.
Randy
That's
Quaid, we
him.
looked this up. He's 6'5".
"Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chevy Chase is 6'4".
Yeah, because there's a scene, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I know
You
Chevy
would
Chase
not-
is super tall, but there's a bunch of scenes where
What's that?
he's talking
Randy Quaid.
to him and hunching over to
That's
to
currently
be at the same level as Chevy Chase. And Chevy
He lives
Chase
in
is
Canada now.
Giant,
Yeah.
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 Randy Quaid is 1.96 meters
You
tall.
just put feet
Also,
into your Google search,
Did you
and then it'll
tell your
give
friend
you.
you look like him?
Yeah, like Independence Randy Quaid,
Oh, okay.
or actually,
Not
Christmas Camp.
Rip Van
It
Winkle,
is
Crazy
he's
Town.
6.4
Randy
feet
Quaid.
tall. Yeah.
Oh,
or yeah, it's 6.4.
That's
Which is
different than.
Sorry, Randy Quaid and wife arrested in U.S. border run. Why?
They tried to run away from warrants in the States and come to Canada, and it didn't really work out for them.
I mean, what warrant?
He also wanted to come to Canada to run away from aliens or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
It does weird things sometimes.
Oh yeah, dude needs some intense.
I must admit, my favorite scene with Randy Quaid in that movie is when they're drinking eggnog and he's wearing the white sweater and you can clearly see the outline of the dicky under it. And I was like, yes.
Tracy loves a good dicky.
Is that one? It looks so weird.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying very much
He
attention.
wasn't wearing a full turtleneck, just like the cut-off turtleneck.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And they're drinking out of the Wally World cups.
Yeah.
The moose cups or whatever.
So is Wally World the first movie?
Yes.
And what's the second one?
Euro.
Are you sure? Because I
no, the second movie
because Russ is a teenager.
Every
European.
movie, Russ and Audrey are played by different people.
Yeah. But I remember in European Vacation, like he the only nude scene is I remember a girl flashing him, and because I watched a lot as a kid.
You're really
sorry.
fixated.
I know. I'm sorry.
Seriously.
But I watched it when I was like 12.
Stop.
But I remember him like being like 16 or 17 in that movie.
I know.
And this he's a kid.
Supposed to be younger.
European Vacation's 85. Christmas Vacation's 89.
Really?
I could have sworn Christmas was second.
Oh, European has it's
I
one
met
of the guys
him.
from 16 Candles and Breakfast Club. What's his name?
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah, he plays the son.
Yes.
Oh,
I believe that's correct. Wait, and who plays in Vacation?
Do you want me to close it?
why is your movie? The door's open.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I was like, what moving before? Now it's moving.
Are those gummy bears kicking in, Jamie?
I would.
It'd be worse than this.
We should do it next time Tracy has a drug movie. We should
We were
do
talking about
edibles.
Last weekend.
I love it.
Were we talking about this last weekend? I
Yeah,
don't remember when we were talking about this.
but yeah,
Because
in the
Aunt was
car.
like, let's do it.
Yeah.
What do you like to
Maybe
do
what's
when
that?
you eat an edible? I like to watch a movie or draw a nice picture. Or it could be
Me?
something
What
very
I
calming
like to
and
do?
soothing.
I go to sleep.
No.
Really? You fall asleep?
Yeah.
I like dancing.
Whoa.
I really like dancing when I'm high. And if I don't have that outlet, then it gets a little weird. I can't predict what I want to
So,
do
actually,
if I don't have that outlet.
Anthony Michael Hall played Rusty in Vacation.
Wait, the first one?
Oh,
Yeah.
we played the second one.
Wait, is he the doctor from ER?
No.
Anthony Michael Hall?
No.
Oh, he's in Breakfast Club and all this.
And stuff. Yeah, he plays the nerd.
He's the nerd from all
or
these
the
movies.
bully in Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
1 week ago.
But
1 week ago.
you know what? I must just be misremembering
Santa
European
Claus?
Vacation.
That's
Randy Quaid.
I don't remember being a little kid.
a week
As
ago.
Santa Claus. He could do a good malt Santa.
And
Yeah,
If he was allowed to be with his
played
children,
Rusty
which
in European
based on what he's got
Vacation.
going on there, I'm gonna say
Okay.
he's probably not.
But
And
the malt
so
Santa
that
in
means
Toronto also
in
murdered
Vegas
a bunch of
Vacation, it was
people.
the guy from Hackers.
So are there 4 movies in total?
Yeah, I think it's 4.
The guy from Hackers. Do you mean the guy from Scream as well?
No, not
It's
Hackers.
Vegas
Not Hackers,
Vacation.
oh,
It was 97,
yeah.
so
97. Not Hackers. He plays like
And there was Vacation in 2015.
I can't remember his name. Ethan Embry.
Oh, I love
Yes.
Ethan
That's the
Embry.
biggest
Forget-
Can't
forget-
hardly
no,
wait.
this
The main
is,
guy can't
Yes.
hardly wait. Yes.
So,
He
Oh,
has
oh,
hair
is that movie
color
coming up?
That's a
hair,
weird one.
and
Already
he's
did
kind of tall.
Really?
Yes.
That
I'm
one.
still mad I didn't.
Can't hardly wait and
that.
Butterfly Effect. I think I did together.
Oh. Definitely remember Butterfly Effect. Yeah, effect.
Butterfly Effect is a surprisingly
Great.
good /
Very good
disturbing movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember listening to the podcast, and I think you guys were talking about the alternative ending where your guest brought it up, where he looks at a sonogram and then strangles himself in the wound,
Yes.
so he doesn't fuck up any time.
Mm-hmm.
But that still means the woman he loves is going to be molested by Eric Stoltz, like her dad.
Not necessarily.
I mean, because he stops that and he goes back in time to tell him don't. But
No, he
him-
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
The reason why she stayed was because she met him, and so she picked staying with her father, and that's when she gets abused.
Oh.
So if he doesn't exist, she doesn't pick staying with her father. She lives with the mother,
Oh,
and
okay.
she's fine.
Good point.
Oh my god!
Oh,
It's like you didn't even watch the movie or listen to the podcast.
I definitely did. I just don't remember Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Sorry.
I did figure out a Star Trek, but it's kind of. We're not going here.
Do it.
This is what people want.
Do it.
All right, this is for you, the audience. Sorry, the viewers.
Mind you, I did get a comment from my cousin the other day. He was like, "Your Star Trek references on the podcast have been dropping drastically recently," and I had to tell
Now
him.
when Sean's here.
I had to admit, I was doing it on purpose.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm making it worse.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So-
make this reference. If my guest brings it up, it's fine.
Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
Right?
And this movie.
Will Wheaton's on Big Bang Theory, and so is Spock, I think, at some point.
Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy.
So is LeVar Burton.
Yes, he is.
So
yeah.
is Captain Kirk.
Yes.
Oh.
So is a lot of people show up. Actually.
Okay, that's the best I can do.
Anyway, well,
Like
I
the
spent
one
half
green
the like I saw him in it, and he was talking about the Christmas tree and stuff. And all I can think of is when Sheldon is complaining about why we celebrate Christmas because it's a pagan ritual called Saturnalia, and I was like, what? I know things now. I'm sorry, I've watched a lot of Big Bang Theory. The word of the day today or yesterday was Brobdingnagian, and I was just like, I know what that word is.
I don't know what that is.
It actually means something that's immense or huge. The origin is from Gulliver's Travels.
Okay.
Yeah.
My little brother loves Big Bang.
It's the opposite.
Yes, it is. Yes, because it's tiny.
I only know I know Tracy and my little brother love Big Bang. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't diss though. I just don't have cable, so I don't see it.
Okay, it's fine.
Guess how I watched these two movies? They just happened to be on TV in the last couple of days, and I watched them on TV.
Oh yeah, I was
guys.
supposed to.
That's just all I did.
Christmas Vacation almost plays 24/7 until Christmas.
Yeah, but would you have seen the scene with the woman on the diving board undressing?
Yes.
Oh, so that was in.
It was in it.
Because we were watching
It
it.
was on
and
AMC.
Mike
Yeah,
brought
it was
it
in
up,
it.
and he was like,
Yeah,
I don't
AMC
remember.
don't get
Yeah, so he was like, maybe they cut it out for TV, which would make sense.
Maybe on the Superstation or TV, whatever.
Oh, Superstation Man.
A&E.
Yeah, they would cut
or
it out. Yeah,
They
for
cut that
sure.
shit out.
Yeah.
For
Because that was a lot of side
Oh,
boob.
let me start out. No side boob.
Not to go to the park and find a garbage man.
Look at a garbage man, son.
Yeah.
The more I learn about your formative years, the more confused I am that you did as well as
Grimsby's really
Growing up in Grimsby was
weird.
interesting.
you did. Yeah.
So while we were watching the movie, we really came around on the horrible Neighbors, where
Yes.
they started out being like, oh,
Oh, they got slick back hair.
Yeah.
As adults, I look more favorable to them because
They did nothing wrong at all.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They're just
When
terrorized.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus got out of the car, I'm like, "Ooh, she's playing Elaine." That's the first thing I thought. She looked exactly like she did in
She's
Seinfeld.
herself.
But it was like she looks like.
Yeah.
No, it's not just her face. It's the way they did her hair, the type of coat
That
she
is
was
her
wearing,
hair,
and
I think.
everything.
That is legit.
Like how it was styled.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
looked like
Yeah, but bigger, better.
In Beep, her hair is different. Like she
The
looks.
same time period.
It's
I like her
fine.
80s outfit stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no, I sympathize with those two. I would have called the cops on him several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But the thing is they didn't really there was really no point to them being in the movie except
Not
to
at
be tortured.
they didn't do anything to him other than make
No.
fun of him.
You have to have some sort of antagonist.
Yeah, but at least have like a built-up reason for
No,
them
they
to
didn't
hate
do a great
each other.
job with the
Yeah.
antagonist.
Are there
It's
shitty
just that
neighbors in the other
concept
movies?
required it.
Are there shitty neighbors in the first two movies?
But they don't stay home in the other
Yeah,
movies,
this
so it
is
doesn't
like a
really
vacation
matter.
Oh,
where they don't leave.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah, I
So
wasn't
it's
sure.
weird, yeah.
I don't know, it's just weird because I never realized it when I was younger and watched this movie until now. I'm like, fuck, he's a prick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't handle him.
He's so destructive.
He's so awful.
He's awful to his
But I
family.
don't think he
He's
does-
awful
I mean,
to
their
them,
silver tracksuits awful as well, but I don't know, their cocktails at dinner.
So what?
Like,
They were having a good time.
workouts, They seem like
Those
they're like,
silver sweatsuits were so funny. They looked like
I love
Like-
that.
baby.
I went
No,
straight
but
to
I
like a
think-
microwave popcorn place.
But I think those are
what's
those are the literal sweatsuits. They're
yeah,
like when
designed
people
to help
like
you.
take like saran wrap and come. I think that's what those
Yeah,
suits were.
Yeah.
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 Get me one of those, you know.
I mean, they worked
Hang out in the
together.
sun, you know.
They did stuff
Reflect.
They were trying to bone, and of course Clark
they
Griswold
couldn't
ruined
bone.
it.
They both showered their sweat off to bone, and then that was interrupted. Like, what an ass.
I love you say bone.
Nice.
Living with me.
They talk to each other. There's a lot more communication than than Chevy and his wife.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's like a more.
I know you're
solid-
older when
Yeah.
you're like.
This
I feel bad for slick hair guy. Like, man.
You're like, because their relationship works because of communication.
What was Chevy Chase's nickname?
Sparky.
Sparky, yes.
Wow. He almost sets everything on fire.
That might be why his nickname is Sparky.
Thank God, that must have been over years.
Do you know what Sean's nickname is?
Oh God. I call my wife Goosey.
Yeah.
She calls me Goosey.
Yeah.
I don't know, because she's a silly goose. That's what it says.
What?
We're lame.
Yeah, do you remember what
beat it with
Piso's
batteries.
nickname
It's
used to
fine.
be?
It was Goosey, because he was a silly goose too.
Fucking weirdo.
I don't call me so Goosey anymore though.
No, because that was your voice. He used to call my dog Goosey. And then
But I loved him.
Goosey?
But I loved him.
So what else do we think about Christmas Vacation?
All right,
That
the
poor cat.
squirrel.
Maybe
Oh, the
squirrel.
yeah, the cat.
Let's talk about the animals.
Let's talk about the attic scene.
what an idiot.
Oh man.
Remember in Gremlins when the gremlin was in the blender?
Yes.
Oh god.
We were over Gremlins.
kidding,
What
I'm
are you
kidding.
talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The man gets locked up in the attic like an idiot, and then he's standing on shit you shouldn't be standing
That wasn't his
on.
fault.
That was one of the only things that wasn't.
That was
his
Raymond.
fault.
Everyone loves Raymond's mother's fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, when he broke through, he could have just left.
He could have just slid into the bed.
That's
and
what
got
I was
out.
thinking, but he sat up there.
Yes,
and-
you need some Christmas.
Yeah. How easy in 1955 would it be to film a family vacation?
Well, that's the thing.
This
I
is,
was thinking,
Christmas.
like, they must have been really rich to have their own, like,
No,
camera.
not
and
You
stuff.
would need a giant camera then.
We've
like,
got.
no.
I don't know. I've got footage
Slides,
from when my
right?
dad
That
was a
wasn't-
kid.
My
Is
aunt
that
and uncle
him?
had.
They said
like
1959
old
on the
50s.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Right.
My
My
dad
bad.
has
I have
reels
my
of him.
grandfather's
My question was:
videos
there's a
with
scene
camera.
where they're opening the trunk, and it's like little Chevy, whatever, Sparky, and then his two parents. Who is shooting that footage? Like,
Yeah.
His
is there
dead brother.
One of his
Yeah.
awful uncles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brother who died in
Cousin's
Vietnam.
Parent,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, whoever the cousin's parent.
Yeah, no, but my dad has video reels of him when he was young. I think there's one of him rocking around in matching cat pajamas with his brother. So
Let's be
he
real, they're privileged.
must have been awfully young to have allowed
They're
such things.
privileged. They have that clip.
And they-
in
but
the house
yeah, my
that
family
they're-
went crazy
they're
with
I don't think
Cherry
it's a
Jello.
privilege. Like my aunt had parades in Brantford. from
Did
the,
you have a
like,
pony?
40s and 50s, and they were like they're just like what? No, like
I see little Mike on a pony.
no, not me, but then like my mom and dad and then.
Yes.
My
But they weren't
sister-in-law
rich.
grew up with a pony. Her dad bought her a pony for Christmas. What the fuck?
They were so
Where do
expensive.
they keep it?
They have a farm.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
But still, you just bought a pony. Ponies aren't useful. They're just there. Like, it's like
Sure,
an
but if you already
expensive
have the
dog.
farm, that's the expensive.
But I said to my
It's like
sister-in-law, I said,
housing.
wait, you actually got a pony for Christmas? She's like, yes. And it had a, like, rainbow ribbon in its, like, mane. And I was like, are you fucking
Okay, but
kidding?
what was the pony's name? Is the
I
real
don't
question.
remember.
I don't know.
My dad had a cow called Betty.
Cat called Betty?
Cow.
Betty the cow.
Cow.
Oh, Betty the cow.
Don't get her started on the weird ass pets in her family. It will be
Coco
all
the
night.
monkey.
Your
You guys
anaconda
have a
was
monkey?
Monty, I think, right?
I just said don't get her started.
It's a ball python.
I don't know. Snakes.
Anaconda is a gesture.
I know. I love it.
Coco was an orangutan,
Uh-huh.
and my dad had Coco, and there is a big
What?
photo. And there's a picture of my dad
Dad
and
passed
Coco
away.
like it was a prom photo. It was hilarious. It's in the basement of my parents' house.
You did marry a anaconda.
No.
Anaconda. Orangutan.
Coco went through.
The orangutan had an anaconda.
Coco wanted to mate. Coco had to go away.
Little monkey dick.
It was very progressive for the
Maybe it's
time.
a great ape dick. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Back in the 70s, there were no laws, and so my
Oh,
dad.
just really aggressive.
Yes.
No, they didn't get married.
No, my mom existed, idiot.
Maybe it's a poly relationship.
burgundy suit on, and him and Coco were in this photo. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? My dad was also bitten by a piranha. We don't know what he did. It's weird.
See, your stories are all
And also a tarantula came out of grapes at one point at my aunt.
Excuse me?
Tarantulas eat grapes?
Tarantulas, so spiders often get into Canada through grapes, big bins of grapes.
And bananas.
So legit,
There's
we
a whole
had to,
song
they had to
about
call the government, everything, we don't know what this, I
They used to
say
trap them at my
tarantula,
store, Black
I was
Widows.
7. I don't actually know what it was,
They'd
but they had
shoot
to
the
trap
bananas,
it, and we're
and
like,
then they
we
would
don't know what the
trap
fuck
whatever
this thing
bug they got.
is. Come get
And
it.
it'd
The
be
government
like
had to
weird
get
bugs
it.
like,
The government had to come get it because they didn't know what it was. Invasive, poisonous. Man was just like, motherfucker! She was feeding grapes to birds, and all of a sudden the spiders.
Yeah, it looks like 8mm cameras would have been not the Super 8s, but the standard 8 would have been the home video.
Thick.
Or home, not home video, obviously.
Film of the time.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Because when you had films like that, did you have to take it to a place to develop as well?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have a feeling you didn't, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Because
when they did old movies and stuff, those films had to be developed.
But it's also
Orange
it would,
things don't really exist.
I don't think it'd be that expensive. They wouldn't really.
Not in Canada, no.
It's just one of those soap baths.
Yeah,
It's a weird color.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything.
Because back in the day when we had cameras and film and stuff, it got to a point where it was $6 or whatever to develop a whole thing, and you get it back in an hour.
I think it was cooler technology, in the 50s and 60s.
I love that
where you could just
reaction to everything.
kill it. Very personal.
She's like the mom in Gremlins. Yeah, I heard a noise. Better get a knife.
I'm sorry. She had a right to kill them all.
Yeah.
Because I remember all the
no, I'm not arguing with her results. I'm just saying.
They'd play old
Shoot, she could
Christmases from the 50s up.
She's more than the fucking dad did.
And
Yeah, well,
he
he was
playing the same thing.
especially
Because I guess
because
aunts and uncles would all
but she loves them.
just be there and they just film it.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, so we went
And
in
we'll get back together.
different directions.
Okay, we need direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our direction is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Just
We talked about the cats.
and
We
the
talked about the Rottweiler.
orangutan.
The squirrel.
Why were they so traumatized by the squirrel?
I didn't understand. I don't
Destructive, but why were they fainting?
It did jump at one person's neck at one point. It went like.
Yeah, it looked like it was gonna kill.
It did. It was probably just nuzzling the neck.
Home, not fun. Okay, inside your home.
I haven't experienced it. I know it's not fun, but also it's not a cause to run around and scream.
Or fangs.
Close the freaking door and contain it and try to catch it.
Some people do think of squirrels as being essentially rats.
Really?
And they have the same reaction to a squirrel as they do a rat.
People who grew up around squirrels?
Essentially oversized rats.
I got fact of
for a while. That's a fucking rat.
This is Christopher Waltz in the first, in
how I found it. Put my shoe on.
Inglourious Basterds at the beginning, where he's talking about that. He says those.
Remember.
Yeah. You're basically quoting him line for line.
Really? Am I? Oh my God. Ripped off that?
Yeah,
in your house and the rest.
I mean, it's not a good,
I should rewatch that
thing, but
it's a good movie.
It seemed excessive, the reaction.
Yes.
I also
I
agree
think
it was
seemed-
excessive, the reaction.
Especially after having seen the rest of the movie with all sorts of crazy stuff happening.
Yeah,
this
they're
is
usually
the climax.
they're underreacting to a lot of very dangerous things and cat death
blowing
and
up
whatever,
and
and then
vaporizing. Yeah.
But that's all part of the comedy.
Dead cat.
It is
No, under and overreacting.
It's every part of that movie, every time you try to point out a flaw, it's 2 seconds later they acknowledge it. You know what I mean? It's there's no saw. Okay, well, we dug up the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, he could have escaped. Well, he's just gonna sit over here and he's gonna watch a movie. It's they always have something to back up those flaws, but it's just pure comedy, the whole thing. That it just doesn't matter.
I don't know. My problem
None
was
of
I
it
didn't
matters.
really find it all that funny.
No,
Yeah,
me neither.
I laughed a few times.
I found it stressful and awkward.
It's also a movie I haven't watched in a long time, just like Gremlins, and overall I think it aged horribly.
Gremlins made me so happy to watch. Christmas Vacation was.
The pacing is weird.
The pacing is also weird too.
It's such like slapstick, like humor. It's just like basic comedy.
Yeah, and they randomly throw in the trope of the advent calendar to tell you what day it was and everything, but at the same time, like it's not used consistently. And you're just like, what is the point of this?
Yeah.
Yes, it would actually help.
Great comedy is consistent. Please tell me.
Elf.
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, look how tall he is next to all the elves.
It's humorous. Thank you very much.
Jamie has to be on the Elf podcast.
Yes.
No.
That's gonna be next year.
Dumb and Dumber.
Love Dumb and Dumber. I'm sorry.
I've never been able to.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah. The Farley Brothers stuff is hilarious.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
I
used to love that movie. I doubt it's aged well.
Movie so much.
Oh no, yeah.
There's a midget. Sorry, there's a small person fighting it. I remember.
Not a lot of stuff ages well. Not a lot.
Yeah.
But when he wakes up and after he's had sex with his name, Renee Zellweger doesn't realize, and he just starts peeing on the wall because he has a after sex boner.
Oh,
That was so funny.
I don't remember that part, but I just remember hating that movie when I saw it.
He wakes up sleepy, goes for pee, and it shoots at the wall.
Yeah, I remember that.
You're such a child.
You're really
I know! That still makes me laugh to this day. It's so stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we talked about the dead cat. We talked about the squirrel.
Can we talk about the kid?
Talk about Snotty.
The kidnapping was really weird and intense.
Yeah, well,
Yes, I
this is the
agree.
thing. It's really awkward to just like wrap it up in this like weird, morally
ambiguous
moralistic
way,
where it's just like, oh, and then somehow we're gonna end the movie like.
Capitalism.
I think it's just like playing off like every classic Christmas.
It's a
Christmas
tale.
Christmas movie.
He's essentially Scrooge, I guess.
Yeah,
I get it, but it was
no
like
build
I know, it wasn't done very well.
He gets kidnapped, SWAT comes, then the guy realizes how wrong
what's
he
great about
is.
it is just how absurd. That's what I
And then they all end up like doing the like.
Oh, so you're the anthem?
Yes.
Pardon me, I'm
But the
yawning.
thing is that like his boss isn't Scrooge. Like he is not a poor guy with a crippled son living in a hovel.
Right.
He is a man living in a mansion who's doing perfectly
It's a
well.
pool.
Who decides he wants a pool?
He was the middle class.
Which blows my fucking mind.
Let's not talk about that anymore. None of us have had that to drink.
And then he's on and on about this fucking pool. I'm like, you don't need a fucking pool. Or if you just wait till your next paycheck, you can build a pool.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
But of the 80s, he was like, oh, look at him. Poor
I want a
man. Can't
pool.
go to his pool. Like, of the 80s, that was,
because that's the thing. The movie super pissed me off, right? It's just, people living beyond their means
What do
for
you mean you don't have
absolutely
a
no
pool?
reason.
Right.
She's going.
Yeah,
over
like
that
he
pool,
specifically says the check he wrote for the pool, he doesn't have enough cash to cover it without his it's gonna bounce. He's written it like that. That is
Christmas is over and that company
living paycheck to paycheck.
But why would you?
That sounds like America.
Writes a check for a pool in the middle of winter when the ground's frozen.
But he actually said
deposit.
it's a deposit, so he can schedule. So they will break ground as soon as the ground thawed.
So the movie starts around December 17th or 18th, right? Because of the Advent calendar.
The first time they do the Advent calendar, it's the 18th.
So he's written that check already.
Yes.
Why is that pool company not cash that in 3 or 4 days?
Because it's the 80s and it doesn't show up on your bank
it's the
account that
middle of
quickly.
winter.
Yeah, they're not in a rush.
Yeah.
Also, companies are closed.
Yeah.
Then he's fine till spring.
Yeah.
I know.
Seriously.
Well, anyway, he screwed it anyway because what was that, $7,500?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so much money.
And that's only the deposit.
And he also-
That's a lot of money now for a pool, but like in the 80s, money.
Also, then
He also didn't tell his wife about it.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah,
tell
that's
his
true.
wife. That's
really
business cost.
stupid.
Like, my
I'm saying.
parents.
Yeah, the neighbors, a lot more communication there, a lot more trust.
But they were evil.
Because it's
They-
slick
The
back
guy
there.
slicked his hair back.
They did activities together. They went jogging.
Oh, a
together.
couple without kids. Fuck them.
I thought by today's standards, they would be like the good
No,
people.
but they
And the
were
neighbors
shown
would be
as
the evil
green.
ones.
And they were
The
shown as
people who
like
don't
they
have
don't
their
have
shit
children.
together are the evil ones.
They're look at his slick back hair. They're evil. It's like no, they're the smart ones who probably have money in the bank, and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I really
Don't need
enjoyed
children.
the scene where the guy threw himself down the stairs.
They really
Yeah, also,
Oh yeah. Oh, there's some light in my window. Ah!
Some of it I get, but yeah, that
The
particular
light
one
goes
was like,
off and their legs turn to jelly.
Now it's dark.
I can't remember my legs.
Yeah.
Splat.
Yeah. In my condo, if someone parks we're only on the second floor. If someone parks, sometimes the car lights come into the. I don't
really
suddenly.
high beams.
I don't suddenly fall onto my Christmas tree and break my TV and spill my booze everywhere.
That's just how it's supposed to be.
I do that normally with other
Yeah.
stuff, but not with lights.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's a
But
bit.
if you had done a bunch of
bit-
Quaaludes, like they probably have.
Fucking slick.
You can't move that fast if you've been popping Quaaludes. They just be like, blink, blink, there's a bright light. That's weird.
Yeah.
Mike, can we go one day in our friendship without you bringing up Quaaludes?
80s
Or Simpsons quotes?
No, the Simpsons quotes will stay forever. The
Yeah.
Quaaludes, we can get over.
Yeah.
Also, can I ask what the man with the cigars issue was?
Oh,
That's the dad, isn't it?
no, it was Uncle Lester?
Yeah.
Uncle something?
always had a cigar.
I also like for the time period, it's like the people who are making that movie, their grandparents are still smoking cigars inside regular.
Yeah, my grandpa smoked a pipe.
Yeah, there were a lot of.
I mean, my dad smokes a pipe and a cigar. So.
I feel like my dad's stories of his grandparents are always like everyone's smoking cigars and pipes. Like that's just like a thing. So it's just like a generation that's making a movie that would have been my dad's generation making that movie. It's like that's their interpretation.
To them,
of
it was
grandparents.
funny.
That's
Yeah.
normal. That's funny. This happens. By today's standards, it's like, well, people don't smoke inside. Now people vape. Like it's just like it's gonna look so absurd.
Or they go
20 years from
outside,
now when
yeah.
the grandparents are vaping and like.
Like, what's going on?
You
We
know?
actually didn't talk about it in Gremlins, but there was a lot of smoking in that movie for a kids movie.
Yeah.
The one Gremlin had 3 cigarettes.
There didn't used to be any regulations about that,
Yeah.
right? Like,
No.
But that's the thing, like, I watch older movies now, and, like, there's so, like, I pick out, like, there's so much smoking, and all I can think of is, like, why is it that they're in a department store? Why is that person smoking? What's happening?
Well,
here?
70% of the
Like,
population
there's
is
a
mom-
bunch of Walmart product or like.
Oh,
whatever,
yes,
like,
that's-
placement. in
that's
there.
true,
Just
yes.
like-
It's so funny, dude, when you watch it because it doesn't add anything really to what's happening in this.
Well, it's just
scene.
But it's what they would have done.
It's just
My mom
normal.
gave birth to my brother in 1979. The doctor was smoking at the time.
In,
Wow.
like,
In
in
the-
the room.
They smoked in hospitals.
That's
They
amazing.
smoked in waiting rooms. They smoked. Now, by the time she had my older brother, like my middle brother, no. But it was between that weird like 79 and like 80 something.
I like
The
picturing it like
doctors
this,
were
like
smoking while people
Yeah.
were giving
For
birth
sure,
or in the
But
family.
didn't I think I read something about, there was a one point in time where, like, doctors would give you cigarettes if you had, like, breathing and lung problems. Like, that was a thing.
asthma cigarettes are a thing.
Yeah.
There was advertisement. My aunt had like books and books full of like really old advertisements, like after calm down after dinner, like after dessert, have a cigarette. Like, oh, it's good for your mental health. Like, good for you.
I still remember my mom like working. She worked for Hydro at like Bangladesh for like ever, and I remember her like at that time when they made them stop smoking in the office. Like it was like the early to mid 90s. Like I still remember her bitching about that like every day because she was a smoker and having to go outside. Like it was like the most absurd thing I could ask people. But like I can't even imagine now
Smoking in the
Smoking
office.
working in an office and everyone's just chain smoking.
But I remember when the casino in Niagara Falls went smoking. I remember that.
It's funny to me because that's when I stopped going to casinos, is when you couldn't smoke there anymore. I didn't want to go.
But I also remember going like clubbing and stuff and maybe smoking in there.
Yeah.
And like every time you went, like all of my clothes and me had to be like, aired out.
The only thing
I wasn't a smoker,
like,
I just reeked of cigarette smoke.
Yeah, worse than
instead of booze.
I never noticed.
Yeah, the only thing worse than waking up hungover is waking up hungover like feeling like you slept in an ashtray.
Well, yeah, because then you have to change all your sheets.
You gotta wash your. You can't go to work in the morning until you've washed your hair. Like it's it was gross. But it seemed wild when they cut it out of the bars, and now
then you're like, this is crazy.
Now you go to like other places in the States or whatever where you can smoke, and it's just like, Jesus.
Yeah, Nashville.
Oh, we were in Nashville.
Yeah,
some
I'm like Florida. Being on the casino floor. My mom's smoking on the casino floor. I'm like, this is
my parents, because they vape now.
Oh my god,
they still associate
love vaping this old
with smokers, right? Like they haven't quit smoking,
right?
Mentally, so they still
nicotine.
are
They're still ingesting it, right?
Exactly, but they're still going to the smoking section everywhere they go. So like when I went to Florida with them a couple of years ago, it was like every restaurant we went to, because you can still smoke there, they want to sit in the smoking section.
Yeah,
I haven't smoked, like I quit smoking like 10 years ago, so like, and I smoked for a really long time, but it's just like, you're either gonna make me want to smoke or you're gonna make me want to throw up. I'm gonna go in either direction, but either of them's not good. So like, I don't want to.
It's not gonna be fine.
It's not gonna be fine for me. I'm gonna get agitated and weird within like 2 minutes. And like, also, I never, even when I smoked, I hated anyone smoking around me while I ate. Right. Even as a smoker, I found it so repulsive, and like it's like, well, we're eating dinner here in this smoky room, and I'm like, and neither of you smoke. You don't even smoke. You're just vaping.
What is the point of this?
It's like, why am I sitting in this smoke-filled room? Like it's so gross. And then they get so mad at me. They're like, well, you used to smoke, so like you should get it. I'm like. But like, I'm so over it.
I do get it. That's why I don't smoke anymore.
Yeah, I understand.
It's nasty. Yeah.
Did you put whipped cream in your wine?
I had a Jello shot. As you were telling me you're smoking.
I'm like, that's worse.
No, these are delicious.
I think it needs a fridge.
What?
It's losing its form.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah.
For those of you following along at home, Jess is just eating whipped cream.
Spraying it
onto her finger and consuming it.
Let me test this.
Because we are hashtag classic
Watch out,
around here.
She's like a gremlin in the bar scene, just totally out of control.
It just, this one's not.
She's now pointing a gun at Mike. I think she might shoot Mike. First shot missed. Second shot was a hit.
Real cream. It needs
it is. Yeah.
I'm dying now.
You gotta shake it good.
But you're a gremlin because you're laughing.
Yeah. Or it needs to be cold.
So it's not bright light.
No.
Okay, I'll shake it.
Shake it good.
Oh, please be careful. If you spray me with whipped cream, we're gonna have a problem.
Are we,
Okay, what else?
Is this signal that we're done
No.
about the vacation?
I mean, I still think it needs fresh.
I feel like there was mixed reviews on this movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like
this is my first time watching
really
it.
Liked it.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. I know. I thought I had seen it, but I didn't recognize anything.
Mm-hmm.
I must have been thinking of some other Chevy Chase or Christmas
one
movie
of the
in my
other
brain.
vacation movies or something.
Yeah, something was mixing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize
in my head
anything in
too.
this.
I think I do like Uncle Buck for some reason.
Yes, you mentioned John Candy and
in
like
my head that was part of this movie, but not part of this
Not part of this movie at all.
That was like how I remembered it. I was like, when does John Candy show up in this?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't it Macaulay Culkin in the kid in Uncle Buck?
Yeah.
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Is it Macaulay Culkin or is it one of the little?
No, it's Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
And isn't Rooney Marner? The little cute girl from Mrs. Doubtfire, isn't she?
I know
too?
exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, Mara Wilson.
Mara Wilson, thank
She
you.
became a mathematician.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Her Twitter
just
is
like
great.
the Wonder Years girl.
Oh my God, Winnie,
Danica.
Yeah.
my biggest crush growing up.
But
God, I loved her.
funny enough, out of all the vacation movies, this is the only one I've ever seen.
Yeah, me too, and I just saw it today for the first time.
I've seen
missed
it
that
every
whole
year
thing.
for years. But I mean, I'm sure I've seen European Vacation.
Yeah, when I'm home for Christmas,
It's
me
not
and
my
my dad
jam.
watch Scrooge. That's the movie. He looks for it on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why we don't have it on DVD. He just waits for it to be on TV. And he's like, all right, Sean, come on over. Go watch the Scrooge.
I must admit, like, there's something about... as a person who still has cable television, there is just something about finding what you want to watch on TV compared to when you have it on DVD. Like, I don't know. Like, I have so many movies.
That shit
I have so many movies. but when I'm like flicking through and I find out TV, I'm like, and then I have to watch it like it's a thing. I don't know what it is.
It's Congress and I know who has TV.
Yeah, you're the only one.
right there.
There are two people in
You're the
this.
girl there first, and then I
Do
know.
you have cable, Mike? Do you have cable?
I'm trying to get rid of it.
It's like you don't have to be.
It's like a stigma. You're like,
It's
no,
not a
I
stigma.
don't have TV.
It's just a
It is kind of because I don't watch it on
I live-
PBS.
We don't watch I don't watch network TV, but we watch my wife likes Raptors and tennis.
Yeah.
I like baseball.
Yeah.
I Crave is a little bit cheaper if you tag it onto your cable, so I already have that. I like the news and I like award shows.
We sat through so many of your stories.
So it for us it still makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too expensive.
I watch all the things.
You know what?
We made you get rid of it.
What I'll spend at a bar? Yeah, it was great when it was 3 of us paying for it. That was the best. And you're like, oh. But then I got it back. I just paid for myself.
Yeah.
But then I'd catch you guys watching Home and Garden. I was like, "Arr."
Sorry, you were like, what?
It was fine. It's there. You can get it.
I probably just canceled it.
No, we had it.
I like TV. I don't know.
I don't know.
I like advertisements, which drives people
No,
crazy.
that I
I
hate.
fucking love advertisements.
No,
I don't
when
mind
I
it
go
all.
to
almost-
parents, all I watch is Bones.
Why?
Oh God,
There's
that's
so
so.
Wait,
My dad
the
loves
crime
that
show or the porn?
What? There's a porn called Bones?
I don't know. It was a joke.
Oh my god.
The porn. There's a porn called Bones.
There's a
No,
porn
it's just
called
called
Bones.
Because Bone Zone or boning.
Yes, you could at least have the comic book as well. Come on. It's just called Bone, not with an S.
Yeah.
I do like HGTV and the cooking channel, but like not enough for me to pay.
I watch a lot of Jamie
Absorb.
Oliver cooking shows.
Yeah, I like him.
15-minute meals.
It's not like it's not enough for me to pay.
Did you ever
that
cook the
price.
15-minute meals you're watching?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Jeez.
I have his.
I
No,
don't
the thing is with his 15-minute meals is that they are delicious and they're wonderful and they're 15 minutes, awesome. But you have to have this amazing pantry and meat selection
True.
to make it work. And I'm like, I am sorry. What is the thing that he has all the time now? It's I'm gonna forget what the word is. I wrote it down the other day and I actually went looking for it and I was like, this isn't fucking in my grocery store, you're a liar. I was so mad.
Is it? What is it?
It's some like
animal, vegetable,
paste.
mineral.
No, it's some like paste seasoning thing.
Oh, okay.
Harissa, that's what it is.
Oh.
Harissa. And he's
Never
like,
even heard of that.
right. And he's
It's
like,
a
it's
Middle Eastern like red pepper or spicy
thing. Yeah. And I went looking for it and I couldn't find it. And I was really pissed off about it. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. And like the other day he was making like a bolognese sauce with like crab meat. And you have to have white and dark crab meat.
Crab
And I was
is
just
so
like,
expensive.
what? That looks amazing. There's no way I'm gonna make it, but whatever.
That's why I hate crab. For the tiniest amount of meat, which you have to like dig
It's a
into.
lot of
It's a lot of
effort to
work
get it
for
out.
such little meat. Now it is delicious, but it's $100 for like a thing of meat of
let's
this.
be
We get a
real.
steak like that.
It needs shit to go with it.
It does. It does.
Because crab
Yeah.
on its own.
It
is
did look
awesome
delicious,
on its
though.
own. Tastes like
Yeah,
crab.
he's always got at least one weirdo ingredient in every recipe.
Yeah.
So you're like,
I guess that's why he has a cooking
or a
show.
normal
If it
mac
was
and cheese. And then it's
boring,
like, what
he
the hell
would-
is a nigella seed? I don't. What?
Well,
Yeah.
it's nice if it's like something that you can just like make.
He has a good Italian cookbook. I have it.
Yeah.
I've made
I
a
don't
few.
know. He makes
Spicy
all the
meatballs.
things that are delicious.
I have to say
Alright,
it's like
so
that.
since
spicy
we're back this far off topic,
let's go say a goodbye.
I
What's
guess
the
we're done.
What's the next 8 questions?
No, I only did one set
Damn
of
it!
questions.
It was
No
a
more
transition.
questions. Yeah.
Jeez.
And we
Come
failed.
on.
I know, I was kidding.
And you guys failed miserably.
I did okay.
My
Oh, no,
wife
you got like
knew
2.
4 Christmases.
3. You got 3.
I did okay by cheating.
But yes,
Cheering.
cheating doesn't mean you did okay. That means you cheated.
Kind of the
I
opposite,
take it
actually.
Because that question was impossible.
It was-
No one
Whatever,
knows the
Felicity
ginger
Huffman.
from a Christmas.
Oh, those fight words.
Oh, fight you back.
You can try.
No one knows the ginger's name.
Who's the ginger from Firefly?
Alan Tudyk?
Yeah, it's easy.
I love that guy.
Here's
Okay,
a
it's
secret.
great.
Never seen that show.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Not
sad.
Firefly.
I think you enjoy it.
Oh, I'm sure I would, but it like happened one
There's
season.
8
back
episodes
in
and there's a
one
movie.
night.
It's like
And-
Yeah.
and
You don't
it pretty much
have to
ends.
watch the movie.
You know what though? I realized not to watch it because what if I fell in love with the characters and then I know it's not continuing? It's very
Then you
you'll fall in love with the
as the rest
characters.
of us.
Yeah, it kind of like closes it with the movie.
Yeah.
It does.
Does anyone speak? Yeah, a lot of main characters die, which I thought was when I saw the movie, I was like, what? Yeah, because I thought they were gonna. Oh, there's a movie, so maybe they'll bring the show back.
The
no,
movie is
they're not.
very traumatizing.
But isn't that what the Buffy guy who likes to
Joss
kill people
Whedon.
anyway?
Yeah, he's a real fan of the rocks
do
fall
love
everybody
the-
die approach.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch Big Mouth?
Yeah.
So you must like the character who's obsessed with Nathan Fillion. What's her name? Jenny Slate voices her. She's
I know who you're talking
yeah. She has the braces. And,
Big Mouth, please watch it because
so good.
it's hilarious.
The hormone monsters are awesome.
Oh man, the guy who fucks the pillows.
When Thandie Newton shows up as the slut monster.
We have to end this.
Okay, we have to end this.
So back to pillow fucking.
Anyways, on that note,
That's being cut.
on this Christmas holly jolly episode, and everybody's all, in the
And
spirit.
The festive drunk extravaganza. Yeah.
I mean, I blame myself, but I still also kind of enjoy all of it.
I had so many shots.
Jello shots.
Yeah, you.
Mike was good the whole way.
They were amazing.
Mike stayed sober.
4-hour rant off topic.
Yeah, good luck editing this, Tracy.
Okay.
Do it to yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Woo!
Well, that's it for this episode and this year of Off My Shelf. I will be returning with new episodes on January 13th, 2020, where we'll be talking about one of my favorite shows, Clone High.
Yeah.
Woo!
Is that with Mike?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
of
is.
course it is. Yeah. I knew right away. Yeah. It's net.
What?
Well, you'll have
Okay,
to
now I have to
tune
tune in to find out.
A young GFK.
Are you like Jess, confused about what Clone High is? Come back.
On January 13th.
2020.
Oh, God.
Until then, you can still follow along on Twitter and Instagram at ohmyshelf, or you can send emails to ohmyshelf@gmail.com. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, a joyous Kwanzaa. Enjoy whatever it is you celebrate.
Life
See
Day.
you in the new year.
Life Day.
And Life Day. Make a Wookiee sound.
Nailed it.